You're muted, dude. Well, I can't hear you.
Hello? Hello, hello?
Oh, now we can hear you.
Yeah, well, I was muted. Sorry for that. It wasn't mute. It was something altogether different. There's so many different things I have to touch to make this work. So my apologies, everybody. Whatever I just said, we're here anyway. So sorry. We got it. Welcome, Mama Bear. Thanks for joining me today. It's great to see ya again.
Hello.
Always happy to see you. Had you biting your nails? I see people. I'm here. I'm okay. You're okay. We're okay.
Yep.
It's great to see y'all. Thank you for joining me today. Moderators, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you all so very much. That I do. So, today we're talking about, and we were going to have a discussion, but some more things happened that I had to put it off again. So, we're having an open discussion, which is just as good because it gives us a chance to talk about whatever we want to talk about in whatever form. So, either way, we're all hanging out. That's all that matters. Kind of an easy day today, laid back, whatever day. And we're going to talk about whatever we talk about. Of course, I got to start off with something that's a little offhanded, which is what's caused all of the problems that I've had for well over 2 weeks now. But we're dealing with it the right way, and it's being dealt with on both sides. I'm going to say the right way, hopefully. And we can move forward through this and get back on our regularly scheduled programming and do what we do here, folks. That's my hope. Isn't that right there, Mama Bear?
That's right. And hello, everyone.
Yes. I shut up now. You can speak too, everyone. I always have a big mouth. One second. All right. Have to deal with the 17-year-old, as always. I don't like teenagers. Whoever said that teenagers were a good thing was lying. They're not. They're not. They're not. They're not. Anyway, I love them to death. I just don't like them all the time. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, so let's see who we got here. Gracing us with their presence today. It looks like your friend and mine, the awesome one made nut, Mr. Eddie's in the house. Welcome back, Eddie. Great to see you, brother. Always happy to see you here. Jay Lit, welcome back. My friend Dinky, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. Miss Cassie's in the house, guys. Welcome back. Wildfire, good to see you. Noni McPoppins, welcome. Great to see you. The Golf Inspector General's in the house. Welcome back, Golf. Good to see you. Miss Daisy Dead, always happy to have you here, dear. Welcome. Tamara, same for you. Great to see you. Rock Chalk, welcome back. Great to see you. SRB's in the house. Welcome back. Let's see. Skincare Carrie, welcome back. Great to see you. Thanks for joining us. Excuse me. Miss Annie Ruler, welcome back. Great to have you here. Good Lord, I look up and I got 121 people in here already. That is so very awesome. Jeez, it wasn't even that long. You guys rock and roll, guys. I love it. Love it, love it. DS, welcome back. Great to see you. Danger Zone, what's going on, brother? Good to have you in the house. Great to see you. Miss Deborah Thompson, always a pleasure. Great to have you here. CR, welcome back, ma'am. Good to see you. Good to have you here. Let me see. Of course, the lovely Miss Sherry Wisdom Speaks in the house. Good to see you. Talia Farrow, good to see you. Sorry about that. T2014, what's going on? What's going on? Good to see ya. Doodlebug Fart in the house. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Just saying it. I love it. Valerie Hope, welcome back, dear. Good to have you. Good to see you. Deborah, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Kitty Quarters, welcome back. Moonlit Baby, welcome. Great to see you. Doc Terry's in the house, folks. Thank you for joining us, Doc. Always happy to have you. Crazy P, same goes for you. Thanks for joining us today. Woke up in 1984. God, I wish I could do that. I really do. It is great to see you woke up. Thank you for joining us. Salty Grace, good to see you here. Same for you. Rowena Moses, thank you for being here. Paris Girls in the house. Thank you for joining us today. Excuse me. Gene Anderson, welcome back. Mission Girl, same to you. Good to see you guys. Kimberly KB's here. Welcome back. Tree Baby Tennessee, thank you for joining us today. Let me see here. I think I got just about everybody. Miss Charlotte Gross, thank you for joining us. Same for you, Amanda Smith. Great to see you. Now, I know she's around here somewhere. She better show up in here. Jazz King, welcome back. Good to see you. 12, same for you. Welcome to all the meatballs, guys. Thank you for jumping on in here as we spill a little bit of sauce today about who knows what, but it's going to be good because it always is. Miss Lynn 69, great to see you. Nat Cat, welcome back. Great to have you here again. All right. It keeps moving. What's going on with that? Sit still. Stop moving. Come on now.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking to myself. Sorry. Miss Carolyn Miller. You know me better now. You know I talk to myself too much. Dorian Castante, it's been a while. It's great to see you. I think that's it down there up the top. We got to the very top. 137 beautiful people in here, guys. We got 64 likes. Let's make a match if we can, please. I know I'm cornball. I get it. I think that's everybody. Miss Potts? Is Miss Potts in the house? All right. Love Miss Annie. Miss Pamela, Polly Pepper, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Miley, thank you for joining us. Kim McHugh, welcome back. Michael Wimmer, good to see you. I think that's it. If I haven't called your name and you're in here and I didn't see you, I didn't do it on purpose. I love you guys to death. I just didn't see you. Miss Zelda, there she is. I see you. You were at the very bottom and you came in last, so I didn't miss you on purpose. Yes, I didn't miss you on Dolphin on purpose. 1 second, please, everybody.
Doodlebug, I did just on my phone. Nothing else did anything. Thankfully. Hello, Kim Marin. How are you, honey? Michael, the little meatballs of justice. That's funny. I don't know, Kim. I think they were some kind of marshals or something. Hey, Mikey, how are you, hon? I don't know, Kim Marin. Definitely didn't want their faces seen. Huh? I know he said something. Hi, Zelda, honey. How are you? How are you, sweetheart? We'll be able to talk today. Hey, Kendra.
So sorry. That was important. Remember that thing I signed up for? The prescription assistance program thing?
Yeah.
Right? You know, I mean, I know I own property in Hawaii and I have all this money I get to find all over the place. I'm paying for prescriptions and I'm poor as hell and I can't. They want lots of money for my medication. So to be able to stay alive and do this with you guys, I need to figure out a way to help me with that. So
Yeah, I mean, but you must have spent all your money on your, property in Hawaii and your
probably.
son's commissary and whatever
Yeah.
the hell.
Yeah. Yep. And then some. So, you know. Thank you so very much, CR. 5 memberships gifted out to Miss Kelly Coker, the Golf Inspector General, Salty Grace, Miss Potts, and Vicky Young. Welcome to the sauce, everyone. We got more meatballs, guys. That's so very awesome. Thank you, CR. I do appreciate you so very much. More than you know. Can you hear the background stuff going on?
No.
Nothing?
Mm-mm.
Are you kidding me?
I don't hear anything.
Like no applause, no cheers, no nothing.
Oh, I might have there for a second.
How about this?
Yeah, it's just kind of quiet.
What the hell is going on with this stuff?
It could be my headphones too. I have a different pair of headphones because my dog decided to destroy my other ones. So
Do you guys hear anything? Anybody else? How about this? Can you hear me now? Yes. No.
well, it said super quiet, Miss Potts. I can hear it okay. Yes, heard it. The porn song? What?
Porn song. Oh, yeah, that's the song. Yeah, so they're hearing it. Okay. Easy porn music. Thank you, Daisy. I guess we can call it that. Oh, wait, does my voice sound normal?
Huh?
Does my voice sound normal?
No. Or I wouldn't have said, huh.
What does it sound like?
The Incredible Hulk.
How about now?
Donald Duck.
Oh, Jesus.
This
And
thing
why
is
is it echoing?
All right, how about now?
Now you sound normal.
All right. This thing just doing its own thing today. Sorry about that. Anyway, here we is back in the sauce. Sound great. Okay, good. Back to normal. Well, I don't know about normal, but back to what we are supposed to be. All right. 191 beautiful peeps here. We got 86 likes. Miss Brandy B, the OG. Good to see you, Bitsy. Like an idiot. Oh, okay. Bye-bye now. Have a wonderful day, Bitsy. Just like your brain, Bitsy.
Oh.
Bye-bye. Tamara, Randy Fur, what's going on, bro? Told you I'm not playing with these people anymore. I don't care. I don't. Miss Kendra, welcome. Good to see you. Thank you for joining us. I am not playing with these people anymore.
No.
My mic is hot. Foxy Lady from Down Under. Hey. We got an Aussie in the house. What's going on, Foxy Lady? Bitsy the Dust Proof. Right, Mikey. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Mikey. Good golly, where's Miss Molly at? I know she's out and about because I talked to her this morning. Yeah, okay, she'll pop in, I'm sure. Annie Ruler, good to see you. Yes, guys, I have had it with all of the ignorance. Just so you guys know, Miss Kim Marin, good to see you. I've had it with all of it. I'm not changed, and I won't change, but I'm not putting up with any of the idiots, the stupid people, the ignorant people, any of it. I'm not doing it because I don't have to, and I won't. None of us will anymore. This community is saying F you to all of them, and that's that. So anybody comes in here being ignorant, you're gone immediately. You can try it under whatever account you want to. You're still gone. So have a good day. Go find somebody that wants to.
We're over it and moving on.
Beyond over it. What's up, Striker? Good to see you. So, first thing I want to get into, Mr. Randy Fur, welcome to the sauce, brother. Good to have you here. Good to see you in the sauce with the rest of these meatballs. Yeah. All right. That's right, Miss Sherry. 0 tolerance. 0. None. Done. I have 0 tolerance for the losers, okay? Hate to sound rude, but it's fact. I'm done. Marina girl, what's going on? Beyond the Pale, Miss Nellie B, how are you, dear? Good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Great to have you here. So the first thing I want to do is address a situation. We all know the situation that I've been dealing with, okay? And Miss Heather has been dealing with one as well. I don't know if we're going to see her or not. If not, I don't blame her. She may be taking a break. Miss Crystal, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. We're happy to have you, Miss Nellie. Moonlit Baby, good to see you. So, everybody knows the situation. I've had to explain it multiple times. And I sent out a request, or I put out a statement, I should say. I should make sure I say it right. That, I got involved with an attorney police reports, all that stuff. And of course, the team that I have here did a little bit of investigating to find what I needed to do. Miss Gaya Deguchi, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And 12, good to see you too. So we got it all put together, and I put out a statement that if I have this all set up and ready to roll, it was all there. And I had a couple different conversations with the attorney. Yesterday, that's what I was doing. I had a couple appointments, and the day before that, I had phone conversations. I put out a statement stating that, if these people were to apologize for the situation and stop with the stuff, that, I would let it be what it is. Meanwhile, my moderators and the team that I have behind me were doing some searching and investigating on some things and got involved with some other stuff trying to figure it out, which upset these people because they had stated that they agreed. They did send me an email back. They agreed to this. They apologized to me for whatever the situation was.
Yes,
And I
sir.
stated that I would accept said apology as long as everything stopped that was going on, and so on and so forth. End of story. Okay. So I'm going to put it out there that, like I said, not everybody knew that. My personal stuff is not
Hey, Popper.
out there throughout the whole day and the whole night. So, there's other people that were involved in this besides this group of people, by the way. Okay. There's other people that are out that have been doing this to multiple creators. Okay. And I'm sure everybody knows who I'm talking about. So I'm not naming names, and I won't name names to these other people either. But at this point, it's stopped. We're done. It's over. From that side of things, from what I understand, and I've agreed to that. I will allow it to be what it is, nothing more to go forward. On my side, that includes my moderators, my team, any of this. It's all stopped, okay? Oh, that's so awesome, Brandy. Look at that. 10 months. Congrats, Brandy. And thank you for being here that long, Brandy, and then some. Excuse me. So that's what it's put it out there. That's how I'm putting it out there, and it's a fact. Now, there are other people, I've been told, that have issue with some of these people. That's not coming from me. My end of things, I've backed everything off. I've halted everybody. I've said to stop, leave people alone. We're not going to talk about these people. Their names are not going to be slammed from my community. They're not going to be talked down about. Any of that that's done right here. Stop. As long as everything has stopped, there's no more harassment. There's no more of the lies or misinformation put out about this community, myself, or anybody else in it. Okay. That's it. Now, one of my moderators, she's been with me longer than anybody, just about, is being harassed as well. I spoke with her. That was not something she did, not something that she, how can I say this? That she started, not something that she provoked, none of that, because she doesn't do that kind of stuff. She's a very good person. She's a very hardworking person. She always has for this community, this channel, and we absolutely love her in here and respect her, and we have her back 1,000,001%. But anything that comes and the direction for those people that are going at her is not coming from here. It's done. Okay. So you need to look around if there's any more problems. The other people that sent the email that have been harassing Heather. Okay. It's going to stop. It's going to stop. Heather's done nothing to anybody. Heather's done nothing, would do nothing to anybody. She did state that she believed that these people were trolls and it was not a real account, because that's exactly how it looked. And that's what moderators do, is they separate the real from the not real. Okay. End of story. I really am telling you right now, the attorney can go to whoever they need to go to deal with this. Okay. She needs to be left alone. She needs to stop being harassed. She's not doing anything. She's not bothering anybody. She has not ever been. End of story. That's where it stops, because I can take it that direction as well. I don't want to have to do that as well. Based on what I understand, this person that was involved in this was under the age of 18. They shouldn't have been in here to begin with. Okay, that's on their parents. Maybe their parents didn't understand nor know, but it's done now. They should know now. So that's that. Okay, nobody's been being harassed. Nobody's done anything. And that's that. And I'm not going to talk about it again. But I will do what I have to do if she keeps being harassed or anybody else in this community is harassed. That's a fact. It's done. It's over. You can't make up for the harassment that she's had and for the way that she's been made to feel about this situation. And I don't like that at all. She works too hard for this community. She works too hard for the people in this community and to make this place what it is. And I will not put up with her being talked down about, stalked, harassed, any of it, because she doesn't deserve any of it. None of it. So that's that. And I'll leave it at that, and I'll let it be what it is. If it continues, then we will have to do what we have to do. Okay, but I'm at this point, we're saying there's nothing coming from this end. We'll see how that goes. That's that. No problem. Welcome, Jessica, Melissa D, Smiley. Good to see you. Let me see. Sherry K. Mystic Virgo, Lisa Canoli, good to see you. Mrs. Kelly. And that's the way we like to keep it, Mrs. Kelly, drama free. And we will do our best to do that. Okay. Not only for yourselves, but not only for us, but for you guys. I don't want you guys having to deal with that. You don't deserve that. And that's what I'm trying to do, Sherry, is I'm trying to make it easy in a sense. Okay. If there's any more, it won't be easy. That's all I'm saying. So that's that. Miss Lindsay, good to see you. Batshit Crazy, welcome. Chief, what's going on? Absolutely, Chief. She very much is. And she deserves a lot more respect than she gets. And she's going to get it, period. That's just how I feel about that. Same goes with the rest of the moderators in here. Good golly, Miss Molly. Speaking of moderators, what's happening, Molly girl? Good to see you. Judith Arrington, good to see you as well. Katie Quarters, welcome. I think I already said that, but welcome twice. Excuse me. That is right, Mr. Dinky. That is correct. We love Heather very much. This channel would not run if it wasn't for Heather. Just like it wouldn't run if it wasn't for Mama Bear, Brandy, Molly, Mikey, and all these other awesome moderators that have been added most recently that are doing such a great job. SRB and Cassie, Mr. Dinky, Danger Zone, of course, Miss Sherry, Daisy Dead, all of them, guys. They do a lot more than you think they do. I'm telling you right now. And I would definitely appreciate it if they would all be treated with the same respect that you guys would treat me with, in a sense, okay? Because they deserve it. They've done a lot over the past week for this channel, for this community, for myself. Miss Kara Willis, good to see you. Rhea Baldick, good to see you. Valerie Hope, always happy to have you. Virginia Wolf, welcome back. Great to see you. J-Lit, same to you. And anybody I may have missed, it's not on purpose. But anyway, so I wanted to put that out first and foremost because that is important, okay? And like I said, I don't want any of the people, War Eagle, what's going on, Roll Tide Roll. Anybody that thinks that they know who the people were that were involved in this, coming from this community, I don't want anything said nasty or bad or anything like that, okay? I would definitely appreciate that. I don't want to link to this community because we're doing the right thing. We're being the bigger person. Jeanette Swain, Paul, good to see you. Leslie Densley Watkins, same to you. Thank you for joining us. Deborah Thompson, I think I said that already, but good to see you anyway. So like I said, we're going to be the bigger people. That's it. It's washed. Okay? We are adults, folks. We need to act like adults, and we can do that. I get it, and I appreciate all the support and everything else, but at this point, it's done. I'm letting it go. If it starts again, that's a different story. Ragtop, good to see you. Besides that, that's it. Now, I will say, I really hope that this stuff with these people with Heather stops, because if not, then I will have to go that other direction for that. But it is what it is. Nobody deserves to be treated that way for any reason whatsoever. None. Welcome, Violet. Good to see you. Especially not somebody that has gone out of their way to help to build a community for all these people and make it something nice and somewhere to safe to be and somewhere comfortable and welcoming. You know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense to me. So that's all I'm saying. So I hope all of you are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys had a great day yesterday. I missed you all so very much. I had a lot of stuff going on I had to handle. A doctor's appointment as well. I have another doctor's appointment tomorrow morning, but I will be back for this. Nothing half-assed. Good to see you. And I don't play the whole I'll get you back thing. I'm not a vengeful person, folks. I don't believe in that. It doesn't make anything. You know, my mother taught me right. And she taught me a long time ago, you know, vengeance is better left cold. And that's that. End of story. So I'll leave it as it is. Thank you all for being here. I see 238 awesome people here. We done got out in that algorithm. That's awesome. You guys are so amazing, and I appreciate you all so very much. Are you back yet, Mama Bear? Is she out walking the dog? Well, and that's the thing right there, Nelly. Karma's real. I truly believe in all about it. All about karma, guys. It may not come when we want it to, and it may not perform the way we want it to at that point, that point in time, but it is real, and it does come back and do what it needs to do when it does it. And I wholeheartedly believe that. So that's it. I absolutely agree with you, Miss Pamela. Thank you for stating that. That's not what I was putting up, but thank you, Daisy. 10 months I've been here and never seen such nastiness that so few have caused. That's a fact. Bambi P, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Batshit Crazy, you too. Good to see you all. A very good point, Miss Kara. That's all it takes, guys. Cassie Hackett, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, there's no need for that kind of stuff. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change people. It just makes people, it hurts people. Things like that hurt people. And then there are people that aren't like me that are all about vengeance and they want to go back and hurt people in turn. It's a good thing I'm not that kind of type of person. Otherwise, it could be a bad thing, and I don't want it to be that way. So, Steve W., welcome from South Dakota, my friend. Miss Pebbles, great to see you, dear. Thank you for joining us today. Some new faces in here. Welcome, welcome. I love seeing the new faces. I did notice I got some new subscribers. The numbers went up a little bit. That's awesome. Stevie Irwin, my friend, good to see you. Very talented gentleman there. Great to have you here. Making sure I'm not missing Noni McPoppins. Always happy to see you. If I didn't see you, I'm so sorry. I think I got everybody that came in, though. So, that's wonderful to have you all here. I appreciate you all so very much. Yes, even the endangered species from day one. That's right. Still here, still kicking, still doing it. And you are appreciated. Miss Carolyn Miller, good to see you, my dear. Thank you for joining us. Ashley Nicolette, you as well. Non-judgmental. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Doodle. Let me see the email. Let me check real quick. We'll get caught up and rolling. Oh, well, so be it. Can't help stupidity, is all I can say. Thank you for that, Doodle. I appreciate that very much. AR Hayes, what's up, sir? Good to see you there. Another new creator in the house. I checked out some of his stuff the other day. AR Hayes has got some good stuff going on, some good content, guys. Check it out if you will. It's a very interesting situation. If we can drop you can drop your channel name, AR. Mr. Hayes is a ex-convict, my friends. Miss Kells, good to see you. And he comes out and he tells it like it is. He tells the truth about what goes on behind bars. I respect that. And not everybody. Got to understand, folks, you cannot hold that against somebody. People can be rehabilitated, okay? You got to give it that chance. So check it out, guys. Miss Leslie, thank you so very much for that. First super sticker of the day. I appreciate that so very much. Walt Harris in the house. Good to see you. What's going on? Did what? Did Jeff where'd that come from? What are you talking about there? That's not cool. Why would you say that, Walt? That's not cool. I hope that's just a rumor that somebody started, because that doesn't make no sense. 1 second, everybody. Mr. Dago.
Uh-oh, what happened? Where'd he go? Sorry, guys, I had to take the dog out. Can everybody hear me? I have this new headset and I don't like it. Phone call. I should have known. Should have known. Uh-oh, again? My goodness. Hey, nothing half-assed. Good to see you, sweetheart. You mean no sound? No sound to what? Thanks, T. How are you, hon? Well, it's been a minute since I've seen you. How are you doing? Hey, Ashley.
Hey,
Hello, Beyond.
so sorry. Again, I swear to God, there's some kind of a radar that when I do this, everything happens. They're fixing my roof today, mind you. Every time. I'm sorry. Anyway. And I probably will have to put you on hold.
Go over there and bug him.
Answer another question or two, but it's fine. North Carolina Mountain Man, good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Anybody else? Nope. It looks like I got everybody. Okay. So, what did I miss any conversations? Firefly, good to see you there.
No, I just came back and you were gone and it was all quiet. And I was like, uh-oh, what happened? They're like, phone call. I was like, oh, should have known.
I do need a secretary. You're right. I know, Pebbles. It's crazy. Like I said, Gene Anderson, good to see you. They're working on my roof and they're like, I got to ask you questions about this and that. I'm like, I'm right in the middle of every time. I've been here all morning dealing with other stuff. And now they need to ask me questions. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, they tried. First, the thing is they misquoted my wife when they talked to her on the phone. And then the guy that owns the house came over. Tomboy Charm, good to see you. And he was like, yeah, that wasn't what we were told, and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. I'm like, oh, my God. Okay. I said, well, this ain't coming out of my pocket. He can deal with that. So, whatever. Thank the Lord, because I know I couldn't afford it. Rockin' Reaction Rollers. Good to see you. That's a new name. How could anybody not like you? There's people that don't. It's great to see you. Thank you for that comment. I appreciate it very much. All right. So what are we going to talk about today, everybody? Welcome back, by the way, Bear.
Thanks.
Did he drag you down the street?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, he always does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's just a pain. I got to figure out how to get him socialized.
I ordered my True Crime Barbie hoodie for when I'm on these. That's hilarious, Ashley. A True Crime Barbie. I love that.
That'd probably be the only Barbie I'd ever owned.
Calendar. INCC is a Title I school. Starts in 15 minutes.
Thank you.
Right?
Oh, damn. Okay. And you know, that's your picture, actually. You sure do look like a Barbie doll. That's for sure. So that would be fitting. I mean, you look like a real Barbie doll. That's crazy. Jesse Scholl, what's up, brother? Miss Shelley, good to see you. Let's talk about. Jesse's singing to me. Hey, all right.
Gotta go.
Salt and pepper. I think that's salt and pepper, ain't it? Or is that Chelsea's? No, that's salt and pepper.
Yeah.
We're showing our age with our music, folks. Welcome back, Nellie B. Etsy has everything. I swear they do. If you want something, go look on Etsy. You'll find it. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, it's true.
I know all about it, 12. I remember. That's a mouthful. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, the Dago signal. I've showed you guys the Dago signal, haven't I? The Dago signal goes out and see, there it is. soon as it goes out, everybody comes looking.
That's pretty cool, Nelly.
And thank Molly for that, by the way. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We'll say one thing. 1 second. Okay, another question. Give me 5 minutes. I'll be right back. It won't even be 5 minutes, but I just have to say yes or no. 1 second.
Man. Very cool. Yeah, I forgot about the bat thing. Wait, starting a timer. Yes, no, he's still not back. Could have said yes, no, maybe so. And oh, I'm sure he would. I don't know, will you're icebreakers. You gotta behave, though. Hey, Cat K. Right, SRB? That would be kind of cool, though. That sounds good, Eddie. Hayes guy? I don't know who that is, MK. Hi, Kara. How are you, sweetie? Haven't seen you in a while either. Of course, I'm always here or there. Here or at work. Like, who is AR Hayes? I don't know who that is. Is that like their screen name? There's a Snapchat filter that makes you a bouncing meatball. Yes, I don't recognize. Oh, there they are. Hey, Eddie, Salty Grace wants to know if you know if cell towers can be rerouted due to usually high traffic. My initial thought would be no, but never know. So, hey. Hello,
All right,
Jessica.
I'm done for the day. Sorry about that.
Uh-huh.
MK, good to see you. Dakota Parker. See, there's more people jumping in, so it wasn't. Sorry to make everybody wait. Again, yes, AR Hayes, as I was starting to speak about, He's a brand new creator. I checked him out. He is, I hate to say it like this, he formerly did time behind bars to make it sound better, I guess. And he talks about that and he puts it out there. He doesn't hold back anything. He's real about it all. I was impressed. It takes a lot of courage to come out being that type of a person, in my opinion, that has done with that and dealt with that, being judged by people for that type of stuff. Okay. And to come out here and just say, here I am, here it is, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So good for you. That's all I can say, bro. Good for you. I checked your stuff out. I liked it for you. I left a comment for you. And I think you're doing great. Great things, brother. And you're welcome here. So
awesome. Sorry, AR. I didn't know anything about you, so I was confused as to why everybody was looking for ARAs.
Go check it out, guys. You won't be disappointed. He's blatantly honest about his life, his past, his current, and his future, of what he wants to do. And that's he lives by. He just said it in chat. We're all about full transparency and honesty, and that's what he's saying, and that's what it's all about, folks. You have to get that. It have to be that way to make this work. Period. Other people are going to disagree with us. Okay, we know who that is, and that's okay. That's okay. So
welcome, AR.
Agent Redacta. That's a new name. I like that. I'm obsessed with Etsy. Etsy has everything. It's very addicting. You're right. Thank you all for joining me, guys. And if we can, one of our mods can find a link for HR, I would really, or AR, I'm sorry, not HR. AR, I'd really appreciate it. Go show some love, folks. You guys know I support other creators all the way around. And especially new creators that are coming out, they deserve the respect and the right to try to make it happen and try to make it work, just like I did at one point in time. So do that if you will, please. There it is, right there. Thank you, SRB. A Convict's Thoughts. That's what it's called. And it's really interesting. I watched it last night and I watched it yesterday. Good stuff, brother. I respect you very much so. Are you good to go, Miss Nellie? Something wrong? Whenever Dago wants someone up, I've calmed down. I hope there was nobody upset. That's right. I live by a belief of respect. You respect everyone. But same way, same thing. I respect people that I don't care for. Other creators that I'm not fond of, I still respect them because of what they do. So yeah, that's the way to be, bro. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. All right. So, Amy, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. What are we talking about? Somebody throw me something. We're wide open today. It's all about you guys and what you got going on.
Eddie said he could try and do his part 2 from Monday.
Yes.
If his phone will cooperate.
If we bring Eddie up, guys, I just want to bring Eddie up by himself so that he can get everything out before his phone drops. Okay. We got to get Eddie a new phone. That's what we got to do.
Burst into flames, one of the two.
I'll bring him up first before anybody else and get that out and be done with that and go from there. Sounds like a plan to me. Again, welcome everybody. It's great to have you here. It's great to see you. Thank you all so very much. And I want to say this once again. With everything that's been going on over the past 2 weeks, I appreciate more than you guys know every bit of the support, the loyalty, the respect, everything you guys have shown to me. More than you guys will ever know, more than words can ever put out there is it's that important to me. And it means that much to me. So thank you all from the bottom of my heart. My family says that as well. My mother and father, my sister, my brother-in-law, my children, they all wanted you to know how much they appreciate the support you've given us as a family and as a channel, period. So thank you for that. Oh, Jessica, thank you so very much. And super sticker. Tell me if you guys hear this when I do this, please. I want to make sure it's all working. Do you hear it?
I did just a little bit.
It must be your headphones.
I think it's my headphones.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ashley. I appreciate that. Cryptic Conversions, good to see you. Thank you for joining us today. Clarissa Hendershot, good to see you as well. Just softly. Why is it so quiet? Hold on. Something is not right. How loud am I?
You seem fine.
Okay, why is this not playing like it should be? Where's the audio? Okay, there's that, and that. Boom, boom, boom. That works. Okay, we're good. All right, hopefully you guys are hearing everything. Michael 007, good to hear you. Or good to see you, I mean. Jesus, sorry. Again, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate you, dear. All right, Eddie. Emma 1, thank you for joining us. And guys, like Nikki just said, on your way in that door, if you will, please leave a little DNA on that like button for us. We do appreciate you for that so very much. I promise you. Bernadette Thomas, good to see you. I promise you it's well worth it, guys, and I thank you so much for that. All right, let me get you up here, Edward. And there's the link in chat. Eddie, come on down. Jazz King, great to see you, brother. I did 19 flat in the Texas Department of Corrections. It's what's in your heart that matters. That's a great point, brother.
Yeah.
Good for you, bro. Good for you for coming out, changing your life, and doing the best you can, bro. I respect that all the way around. Can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you. How is it today?
It's a little fuzzy still.
Oh no. Is it bearable or?
For now, we can do it. Thank you, Miss Brady. I will do that, my dear. Yeah, I think we're good for right now, Eddie. Go ahead. See what happens.
Okay. How is it for everyone in chat?
Are you able to turn it up at all, bud?
Well, I'm not sure. Not really. If I push on the microphone, then that would just shut the microphone off, I believe.
Okay. Somebody said it sounds like you're just a little too close to your mic, so I don't know.
Okay.
It is a bit fuzzy.
It is fuzzy.
Just a bit. Thank you so much, Miss Brandy. I appreciate that so very much, my dear.
Because I can't hear it on my end, so it must be something going on internally with my phone. If it's staticky.
It does sound like it is on that side, probably just static. Maybe within your phone. Do you have a plug, like a microphone plugged into your phone?
No.
Okay, so you're just talking directly into the phone mic?
Yes. And
okay.
Which I have always done in the past. So this has got to be something just, recent with, some recent trouble with my phone.
We got to get you.
In the past, if there was ever static, it would be because I was on for so long that my battery overheat.
Yeah.
So is this endurable, or should we pull the plug?
I mean, I can hear you okay. I don't know what anybody else is saying. Would you be able to borrow Annie Potts? I don't think that'll work, bud. I don't know. Is everybody else? Can you guys hear him enough to? Do you have it on speaker, Eddie?
Well, how do I find that out?
Just to put it on speakerphone. It's an iPhone, right?
Right.
How do you guys put an iPhone on speakerphone? I don't know.
There should be a speaker symbol on your screen.
Should I drop out and restart my phone?
You go ahead and do that first, and then we can try and see what happens.
All right, let's do that. And then Nelly goes up.
Okay, sounds good. And then when you're ready, let me know and you can come back in.
Okay, thanks.
All right, brother. Good stuff. Yeah, it's the first time he's ever sounded bad like that. It started the other day, just started to, so we got to get him a new phone. That's what we got to do. All right, Miss Nellie B, where are you, my dear? Come on down. You're the next contestant on The Price is Wrong. That was a joke for anybody who didn't get it. I know I'm a cornball. It is what it is. You can't change it. You can't change it. There's no help for me.
No.
Opinionated. Good to see ya. Thank you for joining us. Ugh, sorry. All right. Where are you, Miss Nelly? You love the cornball joke. I am such a cornball. Oh, you sent me an email. Well, there's a link, Nelly, if you want that. Let me go back and check. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Wait, what's this? From Nelly B. Okay. When I shop, I don't just buy the first thing I see. Whoa! Whoa! I think we found out who's responsible for Idaho. We finally solved it.
Really?
There he is. Them. I've never seen anybody that's got a mustache on their forehead before in my life.
Right?
That's a new one. Thank you, Nelly, for that. That is too funny. Your link is in chat, Nelly, right there, right below AR Hayes' last comment there. Click on that and come on down. I always love to hear what Nelly has to say. There you go. You made me, oh, I'm so sorry, Pebbles. I'm sorry. It was a joke. Dude, they make scissors and clippers and all that stuff. Please.
Right.
How did somebody live like that? Can you imagine the sweat from that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot there. At least like thin them out or something. Shit. Unhoused person. Just a man and his caterpillar. That's right. That's right. Did you find it, Nelly? I'll drop it for you again. Just in case you didn't see it. There you go. Raylene Kerr, welcome. Good to see you. What's he feeding that thing? That's right. What is he feeding that thing? That's crazy. I asked you nicely to never show a picture of me. I'm sorry, Dan. I couldn't help myself. I couldn't. I had to sell it. Nelly gave it to me. Hold on, Nelly. It's saying you're not connected, hon. Devices are not connected. Too much Miracle Girl. Thinning. Jesus, you need sheep shearing shears for that. We could get him lined up. I'm good with cutting hair. I'd be a little scared that my clippers would break, but you know. It won't let me add you, Nelly. It's saying that you need to connect your mic and your camera first. Like a sweatband. Yeah, it is. And he looks, you can tell he's not happy with this. Maybe it works as like a sun visor too. Like it keeps the sun from getting in his eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They make wax for that. Oh my God. Can you imagine waxing something like that?
Ew.
That dude would be gushing. Tattletales, what's going on? Maybe he don't have a mirror. Jesus, something ain't right. God, dude. That's scary. That is scary, Nelly. Thank you for that, though. It's quite funny. I don't know how long I can look at that, though.
I'm good with not
Just
seeing
Terry
it.
said, now that's her kind of man. Hey.
Chia pet.
Cha-cha-chia. Cha-cha-chia pet. It just grows and grows and grows.
I hope so.
Oh, Carolyn. Oh, Carolyn, you're giving me bad visuals here.
Oh, yeah. No.
I wonder what he'd look like without eyebrows. Can you imagine that one?
I'd just rather not imagining, period.
Yes. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you guys like that fire back there. I don't know how long you'll be seeing it till I get my green screen up. So I keep saying I'm going to do it, and I got so much stuff I've been dealing with that I just keep forgetting and forgetting and forgetting. She's here but can't connect. I don't know why. The link's working, or you wouldn't be able to get backstage. So you're having problems on your end? Come on, that's not fair. We want to hear from you.
Ew.
No Botox needed. Just glue the You guys are a mess. there's a link in at the bottom, AR. It says, oh, that's not it. That's spell check. What the hell am I doing? It says https streamyard.com. You click on that and it'll bring you into the backstage. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
There she is. Miss
Hey.
Melody, how are you, dear?
Am I here?
Yes,
Yes.
you are here.
Oh my God, that was hard work. How are you guys?
How are
Good.
you?
Creepers, it's driving me crazy, this computer.
Yeah, bet.
Oh, guys, so good to see you. I have to say before I start that you've got the wrong end of the stick with the guy with the bushy eyebrows. Look whose post it was. Did you see? Do you see who posted that?
Oh my God. Jennifer Chokengagger put that up. Jennifer Chokengagger put it up. Look.
Yep.
I should say the
And
real.
I am so and look.
Wow.
Look at that.
This is a professional. She's a professional, you know.
That looks real professional.
Doesn't it?
I am
Yeah.
so angry. I tell you, I have to do something about this woman. I have never been so angry in about a month.
I don't blame you.
I swear to God, I don't do Twitter much because it always gets me angry. The last time I looked at Twitter, Coffin Dapper was like, oh my God, Koberger has appeared in court in a suit and oh, he's trimmed his eyebrows. That's all this woman had to say.
I know. I've seen that too. How
So
much?
Dago, tonight, I thought, you know what? You know, I've just put up a video. I'm going to try and get on it. I've been poorly with COVID, which has been crap, but I'm on it today. And I was like, right, I'm going to just kind of dabble my toes in and see what Coffin Dapper's got to say. And that came up. Now, my point is, it is kind of, you know, there's a guy with bushy eyebrows. This woman is supposed to be a bloody professional. I am so angry that the FBI aren't shutting her up. She's an embarrassment.
Mm.
And I just
I do agree.
I wanted to talk to your community and say, what the hell can we do? This is supposed to be a woman who's a professional, ex-professional. I'm starting to think she was an FBI filing clerk, although I'm not sure she could do alphabetical, to be honest. And she's putting this photo up about a man who is innocent until proven guilty. And what is she? She's gloating that she's FBI.
Yep.
And what, the FBI are accepting this. You look at her LinkedIn. Look at her LinkedIn page. She is so happy that News Nation have employed her. She's actually an employee now of News Nation.
I guess right, and it's probably better than you thought more of her than I did. I always thought of her as cleaning the bathrooms at the FBI office. That's what I thought she did for them.
I think you're spot on. But you know what? And I am going to mention another channel, but not cruelly. But, you know, some time ago, I used to watch Duty Ron and Ed Wallace, and I had some respect for them. And, you know, I thought I was learning stuff. They support Coffin Duffer all the way.
I've seen that. Sorry. I have seen that. Oh, you're fine. I've seen that. You are right.
I tagged Duty Ron. I put a community post up on my page. I swear to God, I have not been this angry about anything for quite a long time because I dipped into X. I mean, what is that? Twitter. X. Right. Yeah. Formerly known as Twitter. And I thought I'll have a little look. And I see this and I'm thinking, Duty Ron, what are you and Ed Wallace doing as ex-coppers, ex-NYPD, supporting constantly this POS, and this is the best you can come up with? Oh, I'm so angry. I have to calm down. I calm down, but when I talk about it, I get angry again because she's getting away with it. And I tell you something, if Koberger is guilty, between her and Ashley Banfield, they've handed him an appeal on a golden platter for a start. And if he's innocent, I hope to God he sues their asses off. I'm so angry.
I agree.
Oh, and Jill, thank you for letting me.
Absolutely.
Voice.
Anytime. You're always welcome.
How is she getting away with this?
What I don't understand, I said this a long time ago. She's retired from the FBI. We know that. That's what we were told, that she is a retired FBI agent, so on and so forth. And they use her as an expert witness and different things, or expert FBI liaison, whatever you want to call her. Okay. And saying things like what we just saw is about the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen. And that should say something in itself about who she is as a person. And I've not seen her once give him the benefit of the doubt as being innocent till proven guilty. Not once. Okay.
No.
It's always been, he's the man, he's who did it. This is all there is. Everything points to him. It's all him. That's all I've seen from the beginning of her. I lost my respect for her in the summer, or in the Gabby Petito, Brian Laundrie case. So that's where that's been. She's probably the least professional person I've ever seen them talk to on any of these shows. So I have to say that.
I just wonder why the FBI, I suppose, surely if you're retired, don't you still have like a kind of ethic?
You would think. If
I were an active FBI agent and she was a representative of what the FBI was, I'd be getting lawyers involved. I really would. I'm sorry. I am gobsmacked that people are believing her, that they are looking at photos like the one you put up earlier and saying, okay, this is an ex-FBI agent. I'm starting to think, is she a fake?
I've wondered that myself. I've wondered if maybe she needs to show credentials to prove that who she. I mean, I don't see her doing something like that. But the way she acts, she just does not come off as somebody that would be representing the FBI in a sense. To me, you know what I mean?
Sorry, Dago.
You're fine. AR says she's never had any ethics. That's true. She hasn't. Ever since I've seen her. First time I ever saw her was with Gabby Petito, and it started there, and then it went on to.
And I started true crime with Kylie Rodney. That's when I joined, and I never came across her until this case. And I took a look at her LinkedIn, and she's gloating about how News Nation has taken her on. She's now this person who's a consultant for News Nation, which makes me think she's employed by them. I think they must be her employers. I'm thinking, my God, were you bankrupt, lady, that you have to do this? I feel like she's never had a soul or sold her soul. I can't work out which.
It's a good point. Both sides, both ways you look at it, it could be right either way. I can definitely agree with you on that, for sure.
I think that Judge or Ann Taylor, and thank you so much for playing my MSM video, by the way, the mainstream media thing.
Oh, absolutely. Wonderful.
If I were Ann Taylor, or if I were Judge, I'd be taking a close look at Ashley Banfield and Coffin Daffer. Oh, you can't say it without wanting to spit, can you? Sorry, I just get so cross.
You are right.
If I were Ann Taylor, looking to sue their asses off even before the trial, because what they are doing is disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And half of what, maybe 3/4 of what News Nation has put out isn't even fact.
That's very true and very sad.
It's shocking. If that were my son up there, if that were my son, that is Brian Coburg, sitting there, I would already be getting my own solicitors to say, where the hell is my son's fair trial?
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
really, it's disgusting. And I tell you, I'm so angry, and I'm going to take a step back and someone else can talk because I'm still really angry. Sorry.
No, I get it. 100% I get it. It's very sad that this is the way this works. As a special agent with the FBI, I investigated violent crimes, terrorism, organized crime, gang, narcotic, public corruption, and crime aboard aircraft cases for 25 years. I was certified FBI firearms instructor for more than 20 years and a street survival tactical instructor, police instructor, FBI fitness advisor. I was also a SWAT certified operator on FBI's Dallas, Houston, and San Juan SWAT teams. I am a nationally certified EMT, certified tactical EMT. I gained leadership experience as FBI senior supervisory resident agent, United States Virgin Islands and Florida,
God.
and was a headquarters supervisor. This blows my mind that she has all that. What's up, Jules? Good to see you, dear. So
scroll down, there you go, and see what she says about experience, News Nation, network crime analyst, law enforcement analyst. She's got to be employed by them.
I think she is. I think she is now. I heard that somewhere actually, that she is she's contracted as a it says right there, crime analyst for News Nation. Of all the mainstream media outlets you could choose, you choose that one.
No one else would have it, and they paid more. God's sake.
I mean,
I'm hysterical. I'm
NBC or ABC or CBS or somebody, but News Nation is who you choose. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have. I tell you who I'm very disappointed in is Brian Entin. Do you think, question for all your followers, do you think he's tied into a contract here? Because I do think that Entin has got more about him than the rest of them. And I feel like he signed something like 57 years ago and can't get out of it.
I've always stated, out of all the people that comes through these networks here, that Brian was the one that I had the most respect for, and I feel a little jilted with that because of who he's with.
Yeah,
he's always been classy in a sense, okay? But at this point, what are you gonna do?
The only time I questioned Entin was when he went knocking on Koberger's parents' doors the morning he was arrested. I was really disappointed in that. That's the only time. I do feel at other times he has gotten. He's got empathy. I think he's got sympathy. That one time, though, he went into a gated community the day Koberger got arrested and hammered on the Koberger's doors. And that's when I thought, you know what, maybe you belong in News Nation.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
Jules, you're right. Was anyone else arrested? Never been confirmed.
Right.
So is he just a nicer poison?
Very possible. He maybe that's why they use him the way they do, because he does make people more comfortable than the rest of these people do. He comes off a lot more professional. He comes off a lot. Eve just said he's more balanced and professional, so I agree with that. But like you said, it could just be a more balanced and professional poison. I agree.
Or he's in a contract.
I think that might be what it is too.
Yeah. I do wonder. Someone else suggested that to me. Oh, don't talk about Nancy. That MSM video I did. I started looking into Nancy. I was getting Ashley Banfield and Coffindoffer up. My blood was boiling making that video. And then I'm like, I better get Nancy up. I couldn't do it. I could not bear to look at that woman's face. Do you know who she reminds me of? Do you remember Dynasty?
Who?
Dynasty? Do you remember Dynasty?
Oh, yes.
You say Dynasty, you say Dynasty, potatoes. She reminds me of either Alexis Colby or Crystal Carrington having just come out of a fight.
Crystal Carrington is exactly who I was thinking of. That's right.
But really angry and just being fought by the other one. You know, she's just they're just embarrassments.
Nancy, I can't even hear her voice without wanting to fight somebody.
No, they call themselves journalists. You know what they are? Gossip mongers.
Very good point. That's a great point. I love it. Love it too. Yes, they are. Especially Nancy. She's just so
angry.
I think she's a hate monger is what I call her, because I've never seen anybody as angry as her in my life. Ever. Ever.
Apart from tonight, Dago. I'm really angry with Coffin Doffer tonight.
Right. But you're not like that every day of your life. I can picture Nancy being angry sitting on the toilet, for God's sake. Angry about everything all the time. Welcome, Bruce. And got me stumped. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense to me. Why are you so mad? Why are you so angry? And everything she talks about. She could be talking about she's mad and angry about it, you know? It's crazy.
Bruce is Brian.
What's that?
Hoffman. Bruce is Brian Hoffman.
Brian Hoffman, my brother, good to see you. We've been worried so much about you.
Brian.
God, we've been worried about you. Thank God you're here.
Yeah, he said his computer died.
Awesome. Call the herds back in here too. We haven't seen you in a long time. It's good to see you.
Brian Smith sounds like a superhero in disguise, in my opinion.
Bruce Smith, yes, it's like a Batman name. Brian is a superhero, as far as I'm concerned. We love Brian.
Yeah, brilliant.
Wonderful to see you, Brian. It's wonderful to see you here. I've been so worried about you. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry for interrupting. I just wanted to make sure that you...
Oh, I'm glad you did tell me that one, and I'm sorry. People say that I'm always angry. Not like that. Nancy Grace is just like, I swear to God, she wears underwear that are 4 sizes too small for her or something. That's the only thing that can make me that angry, I'm telling you.
I mean, you know that picture of her sitting on a table outside 1122 King Road, like she was selling raffle tickets.
Mm-hmm.
How does nobody call her out on that? I mean, why do people support that? She's no better than Bullhorn Betty, is she?
I think everybody's afraid of her.
Oh, I'm not. Bring it on.
Yeah, I think everybody is afraid of her because of the just the way she is. You know, she's just so all the time.
Kind of hysterical, I think.
Yeah, she's a bit of a mess, in my opinion. Just saying.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall, though, wouldn't you? I think she's an afternoon gin drinker.
Yeah, that's very possible. Very possible.
Purely spitballing, guys, just speculation. But I think she's a gin swigger. I think she's bitter, and I think she's been single, perhaps. I know that her husband was murdered. That's awful.
Of course it is.
But she's got no empathy for anyone in a different situation. So what if her husband had been accused of a crime he hadn't committed? You know, what if he had been wrongly accused? She'd be on the other side of the coin. She can't see beyond her own bubble.
Yep.
That's
I agree.
what
I absolutely agree. That's another that woman, and I know what you're saying, and I agree with you about her husband. It's horrific, but at some point you can't blame the whole world for it. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
It's not the whole world that it's not. They didn't do it. You got to let it go sometimes. You know. Welcome, Pisces. Good to see you. That's all I'm saying. It should not turn you that bad.
Oh, Mandy Jo said her fiance was killed in 1979. That's quite a long time ago, isn't it?
Yes, it's time to move forward now.
Yeah. I mean, that is awful. But 1979, we've all had, I've lost my parents. You know, I just, you know, we've all got horrible things that happen. You can't transfer your life onto someone else's life. You know, every story's different. Every story is different.
I definitely agree. And this woman, just
damn you. It's nearly Halloween, Dago. I will forgive you. Let's do, hey, Dago, please do a Halloween special on Nancy Grace. Do a Halloween special. Let's do a Halloween special.
Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we'll put them together, her and Jennifer together.
Yes.
We can do that. Can you imagine? We should come up with a cartoon with these two in it. And have them be like Cagney and Lacey or something together in a cartoon.
Cagney and Lacey. You know, being UK, I grew up with every American cop show that you can think of. I had Rockford Files. My dad loved those. And do you know what I used to do? I would have been about 8 or 9 and Saturday night, and I would always pretend to be really interested in what he was watching. And I actually got really into them. So there was Kojak, Starsky and Hutch.
Oh yeah.
My mum had a crush on Magnum PI. Oh my God.
So did mine. She still does. She still loves Tom Selleck.
Oh, my mum passed away sadly, but she loved him. She loved him.
My mother loved him so much that she watches Blue Bloods now because that's where he's at now. Another cop show.
Oh my God, I need to look that up.
Yep. And then of course we watched MASH.
MASH, yes. And a big one when I was growing up was oh my God, I've gone blank. You know, Face and oh God, I've gone, what are they called?
Oh, 18.
18, yes.
Hannibal, Face, Murdoch, and Mr. P. Now, my favorite cop shows when I was a kid, I'll be honest with you, were number 1 was Hill Street Blues. I loved it.
Oh, yes.
In the Heat of the Night.
That one.
That was great. And then Miami Vice, of course, because I wanted to be Sonny Crockett in a bad way.
Guess what my son's called? Sonny.
There you go. Good old Don Johnson. And I like the mystery shows too, and everybody's gonna laugh at me. I still love this show. Murder, She Wrote. I loved it.
Oh, Jessica Fletcher.
Yep. And what was the show? Matlock. I loved that too.
Oh, I don't know Matlock. But Jessica Fletcher, my dad loved Murder, She Wrote, and we had British ones that you probably haven't heard of, like all the Miss Marples and all of those, and Poirot and all the Agatha Christie stuff. But I swear,
I love Agatha Christie.
For me, you know, people having a channel, you know, and I've seen other commenters on channels say, why are you so interested in American crimes? Like, because I grew up with them. You know, we didn't have many UK crime shows, and obviously we have different laws in the UK about covering UK crime, especially cold cases and stuff. It's very different. But I grew up with American TV. And all the best crime shows were Kojak and Starsky and Hutch, and like you said, Hill Street Blues and Moonlighting and all of those things. And to this day, I still wish I lived in New York.
Yes, and even the newer stuff. Monk, I loved the show Monk. Chips was another favorite Jessica put up there. All of those shows were amazing shows. See, TV, Simon and Simon, good one, nothing as half-assed. All of that stuff went away. It's not good. It went away. 1 second, everyone. I'm sorry. You okay? Good stuff. But yeah, all that stuff was Quincy, another good great show.
Yeah, Quincy.
Yes, I like Psych a lot. That was more of a comedy, but it was still good. Hawaii 5-0, the old one, not the new one.
Oh, they were amazing.
Simon and Simon. See, I mean, TV. What was your favorite show back in the day, babe? Your cop shows from the 80s.
The 80s Chips.
Yeah, we just said that one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My dad loved Jim Rockford.
Yeah, James Garner was amazing. Diagnosis Murder, that's the other one. Yes. Lots of good shows, guys, and they ruined TV when live streaming came out. And what do you call those? What the hell are those shows where they were reality shows? It ruined TV.
Yeah.
It ruined it. But I will say, as far all the Dukes, yes, of course, they were kind of a crime show, but one thing I have to say that I recently found over the past 5 years, and it's a UK show, actually. It's not a crime show, but it's one of the most amazing shows my wife introduced to me that I've ever seen. My mother loves it too, is Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Oh, I don't like that.
I adore her or him, and that show, it just blows my mind. I love it.
Good. I'm glad. Hey, listen, Dago, I think you've got a guest wanting to come up, so I don't want to hold up the chat. A.R. Hughes, I think, wants to come up. Dinky, is that right?
Yes, Brian wanted to come up too.
Yes, bring him up.
I'm happy to stay, or you can shove me off. It's up to you.
You're welcome to stay. I love having you here. It's been a while since we've seen you, so please just find a place to sit, and I have plenty of room. So thank you for being here.
I'd love to stay. So I'll shut up now, but thank you for listening to my coffin doffer rant. And
thank you.
Can I just finish by saying, if anyone, I'm going to go on a little bit of a crusade here to get her to S the F up. I think she should be complained about. I'm going to try and do something about it, because I think she is really hindering a fair trial here. So watch the space. If anyone's got any ideas on how we can shut her up and get her, I know I'm fighting with something that I can't fight, really.
Well, I can agree with you. I will agree with you for sure, because I think that she's a big part of the smear campaign and the propaganda that needs to stop. Okay.
And so if anyone has any ideas how we can shut her up or who we can complain to, thank you. I'm determined now, because I tell you, just quickly before I finish, I started a channel to have a voice. I wanted to shout out for justice and injustice, and I feel there's a huge injustice going on here. If Koberger's guilty, fine. Shout all you want, coffin doffer, afterwards. But
once they prove him guilty in a court of law, like they're supposed to, that's right.
Exactly. Thank you for the voice, Dago, and I'm really appreciating you having me on. Thank you.
Always. Thank you so much, Nellie, just for doing what you do and for being here as well.
Brian, you want to come up?
Eddie, I want Eddie to go ahead and get his stuff out first.
Okay.
Are we working? Is this bearable or is there static?
It's not working, buddy. It's worse, actually, I think.
Okay.
Good Lord. We got to get you a phone.
Well, before I was going to say,
I'm going to get a hold of Twizzle and see if that offer still stands, and if it does, we're going to get you guys together on that, okay?
My question is, am I the only one that has this trouble? What does every other, panelist use? Because it feels like I haven't seen anyone else have the same issues.
I had another person with an iPhone that was having issues from time to time. I can't remember her name, but not as bad as what you've had.
Because my thoughts are, going, if I get another phone, is this just going to continue on, or is that going to resolve it? We won't really know until we do that, I suppose.
Yeah, Jules is saying that you need headphones, but that might solve it. I don't know. or earbuds, one of the two. Maybe that'll solve it. I can't. Can you hear yourself when you talk? Hang on 1 minute, AR or AR. Sorry. Just hang backstage. Do you have headphones or earbuds, Eddie?
I do.
Have you tried plugging those in to see what happens?
I never have. No.
Do you have a set handy, like right there?
I think it's the microphone. I do think Annie Ruler
About cleaning the microphone, maybe?
well, because I've never used the earbuds before, so that
Okay.
that wouldn't be consistent with the trouble I'm having.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just looking for answers as to what they're saying, but it definitely has a bad fuzz noise to it.
Yeah, well, we can't have that. The quality of the show would be diminished, and that's just not bearable. We can't work with that.
It's just very hard to hear you, buddy. That's all. And I want to hear what you have to say clearly. So.
Okay, well, next time you guys see me, I should have a new phone. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. It's not your fault. It is not your fault.
So we'll try again next time.
Yes, sir. We will make this happen one way or another.
All right.
All right, brother. Good luck with it. And thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Hey.
Oh, hey. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Much respect to you. And I see a bunch of very spectacular people in the show today. I got to give a shout out to all of them. They really drove me to really push to become what I'm trying to be. So big thank you to all of you.
I appreciate that very much, sir. And same to you for doing what you're doing, for having the courage to do what you're doing, considering, the possibility of being ridiculed for that, so on and so forth. I respect that 1,000,000%, my friend. I really do.
Well, I appreciate it. It happens daily. I'm sure you understand. And you know what? It just gives me a little more drive. I'm sure it does all of you as well. It doesn't even upset me. I just kind of smile about it because I'm used to it. I've been around the block and it's almost expected. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Real
it's
quick,
like I'm
this is AR Hayes. A lot of people are asking who you are. This is AR Hayes. His channel. Go ahead and shout your channel name out, my friend.
Hey, my channel name is The Convict's Thoughts, obviously because I am a convict from the past, released years ago. And now we're on a path to bettering life and helping others that need the support to better their lives. So that's the drive.
Amen, brother. Amen. And much respect to you for that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And I appreciate it.
Channel.
I'm sorry?
Great channel. I found you about a week ago. I started, you popped up on my algorithms actually, and it was the kind of how do I kill someone without getting any blood on me? And you had me.
One of the fun videos everybody hates me for.
No, I tell you, I binge watched, and I will say I 100%.
Very informative. Very informative.
Yeah, but I appreciate your honesty.
Yes.
And the way you are turning your life around. I appreciate your wife. I think you and your channel are amazing. I really do.
Absolutely.
Well, let me tell you, I have to give a big shout out to my wife. She is one of the most amazing people you'll ever meet in life. And I know she takes a lot of heat because of my past and things I've done and been through. And she stood by me and she's pushed me to be even better than I could ever think I could be. And it's very humbling that people recognize her and really take her in as well as they have. And I'm so appreciative of that. So
I could tell she was shy. That one where you introduced her and she was shy, but she's great and you're great. And is there a better teacher than someone who's been through it themselves?
Right.
And, kind of the point I listened to you guys converse in regards to the FBI agent. I won't even speak her name because it disgusts me. We got Banfield and News Nation. Everybody, they play on emotion to get a conviction prior to anything ever even going to trial. It's happened to me numerous times. And it's sickening that it happens in a case of this magnitude. This is a man's life on the line. And it's sickening. And, you know, we could go through all kinds of the craziness that we think may have happened or didn't happen. And, you know, what everybody calls us conspiracy theorists because we actually use our brains and sort through things. But the whole problem that this whole thing is, and the biggest thing I always want to bring to light is I've sat there in that defense chair as I'm getting railroaded, not only by media, not only by the victims' families, but also by press and anybody and everybody that wants to speak upon something they have no knowledge of. None. I don't care if this woman says she's an ex-FBI agent. I had FBI agents work on some of my cases, and they were idiots. Idiots.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be the smartest person to be one.
Right. And you know, it's funny because I actually have many friends that are in law enforcement that reach out to me to ask me questions. What would I think about something like this? Would this even be possible? And they do that because I have an open mind and I've been there and I've done that. An FBI agent just has gone through training and read a couple of books and got a promotion, and here we are. Come on. I mean, that's not fair. You're drawing on emotion to convict somebody.
I tell you what, this guy is in front of a firing squad, and I'm sorry, but I look at I know there's a knife sheath with some touch DNA on, but the story surrounding that is sus in itself. That is all they've got, in my opinion. But the point is that he deserves a fair trial, and it really terrifies me when I page. There was a program that Panorama did in the UK. I think it was 14 Days in May, and they followed this guy on death row to 10 minutes before he died, and after he was put to death, they found evidence that suggested he was innocent.
Yes.
And from that moment on, I mean, I was 12, 13 years old. My parents had gone out. I sobbed my heart out at the injustice of it. And that's where I'm at with everything today.
Well, and I'll lay out a little bit for you guys, kind of something to tie into that. So I've actually done quite a few years in lockup. Many of times I was absolutely guilty. However, one of my first ever times of going to prison, I was locked up for 7 years, completely innocent, and I screamed like everybody said they wanted people to scream to the rooftops that I was innocent. I couldn't snitch on anybody. I couldn't give anybody up. So I ended up sitting until they finally came and opened my door and apologized, said, sorry you sat here so long, you're actually innocent, you can go home.
And how many years?
7.
Oh my God.
So if anybody says, I know that's not a life sentence, that's not sitting on death row. So I'm very lucky in that sense. But
you're very positive.
You know what I mean? That will tell you.
A lot of things can happen in your life in 7 years that can change, that can. I mean, you're welcome, Crime Sleuth, and welcome. It just 7 years is a long time.
It is.
You know, if you have a child and you go to prison and you have a child, that 7 years is their childhood. It's gone. You miss that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that happened to you. But
think about this young gentleman that's on trial right now, 28 years old. He comes out after 7 years of fighting this because he's going to go to appeal if he's found guilty. He has a good possibility at appeal that he's going to get this overturned, but it's going to be years.
Right.
Appeals don't happen tomorrow. He's not coming home tomorrow. I'm trying to tell people that. He's not coming home tomorrow. Even if they dismiss in this upcoming hearing, they're going to refile charges before he even makes it back out of the courtroom. Yeah. It's sad, but this is the way it works. I mean, that's why one thing about the channel that I want to deliver, you guys are the best researchers, and I love listening to all of you. Much respect to you. I offer that different side. I've sat on that other side. I don't really need to research what it's like to have to go through a dismissal hearing. I've been
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's what I want to help you guys with, and just kind of add with what you all do, is I could give that other side of the version. So maybe we could overcome these emotional people that are getting driven towards guilt off emotion, and actually reel them back in and show them a little bit of truth of how this really happens.
That's a great point. A very good point, and I appreciate and respect that.
I mean, investigations, mistakes happen. How does the sheath have a little bit of DNA on it? Let me tell you, I talked with someone the other day. They said they went to the gas pump, put some gas in their car, and now they had 4 people's DNA on their hand. So show me the body cam footage of who picked that sheath up off that bed the first time, and show me they had gloves on. Show me everything about that, and I guarantee you they don't have that. They don't have that body cam.
Good point. Good point.
Can I ask you a question, AR? Right. So this the knife sheath is the smoking gun they think they've got, right? So go on. Sorry.
I think so. I think the only thing that we may not know about, if I had to give my little bit of an opinion, the only thing that might get him hemmed up is footage of him getting in and out of the car at the crime scene that we haven't heard of or seen yet. That's the only thing I think they could nail him at this point.
And you know, I said that too a while back, but I made me wonder. Let me ask you your opinion. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, brother. Did you think, with what they've gone through so far, with what we've seen, with the PCA we've looked at, don't you think that if they had something that critical that we would have seen or heard about that already?
Yeah, so let me answer that in this manner. The PCA is a probable cause theory-based arrest affidavit. None of that is confirmed evidence against this individual. It's what they had at the time that they were investigating to arrest him. Now, I'll tell you this, when I went to my court dates, 95% of PCA never made it to trial.
Okay.
Never made it. It was never finalized. So when I read that PCA, I take it as a grain of salt, one, because of how poorly it was written. Then it's duplicated by numerous different officers telling me none of them could write their own beliefs on a piece of paper. So they all got to share one man's belief and just rotate it around.
Right.
But when I look at that, you're missing the outright smoking guns that a PCA would need to have that would make me say, oh man, they got him. They got him. That would be video footage of him at the scene.
Yeah.
Some sort of connection between him and the actual people, the victims or the survivors. Show me something of a connection. If you had it, you would have put it in there. If you had video of him and direct link of his car, you would have put it in there. You wouldn't give me a roadmap, tell me he turned his car off or his cell phone off.
I agree.
You have to have a smoking gun in that PCA to get the arrest, and that's why they threw in the sheath. There is nothing backing that sheath. So if we go and that sheath gets thrown out, just imagine this, and people will never grasp this because they keep saying, well, now they have the cheek swab and it's a match to the DNA on the sheet. Okay, backtrack though. How did you get that cheek swab? You didn't get that till you got the arrest, meaning if the arrest affidavit is now nullified, you have no arrest and you have no DNA to go on, and now you cannot get it again. Do people understand? I hope people understand that.
Yeah.
If that DNA gets thrown out on this night, you can no longer use DNA within your case at any point in time.
Okay.
No.
So if you don't mind, Dawn Daniels said I think to the judge, without the DNA, we need to make sure this goes forward. So she knew this was weak.
Right.
She has come forward and said, we need to know this is basically a PCA without the DNA. But if we take the DNA, this is what I've always had a problem with, and I'd love your thoughts. If you've got a perpetrator, going into a crime with a K-bar, say, in a sheath, which I find weird. You either wear it or you leave it in the car. I find it. So he goes into this house and accidentally leaves a sheath at the crime scene. How is there only a tiny speck on the button? One tiny speck on the button tells me it's been cleaned. Okay. So if it's been cleaned, you wouldn't have left it behind. You don't clean a sheath before a crime and then commit 4 murders and there's only a tiny speck on the snap button.
Can I even add to what you're saying to make even a bigger point of what you're saying? Because
Albert, yeah.
I absolutely love what you're saying, but what a lot of people are missing as well is, where was that DNA sample on the sheath found? It was found on the metal. That is the easiest part to wipe down and clean. You wouldn't make the mistake of leaving anything on that button. Trust me, I've had to clean stuff in my crimes. I get what it's like, and I hate to get on and talk about, criminal activity, but I always had to watch out for fingerprints, touch DNA, anything I touched in a home that I was in, whatever it might be. If I drop my hat for any reason, I've left DNA, even if I pick my hat straight up and leave, because it's touched something.
Right.
Now, there's surfaces that are easier to wipe down as you're leaving. You can use a rag as you're leaving. So I know whoever had this sheath most likely did clean it.
Yeah.
Where I would find it more interesting if in the DNA collection is if you told me you found it on the actual leather portion of the sheath. That's harder to clean because it soaks in. And when you wipe over the top of it, it even soaks in more. So people will say, well, he cleaned it, he had it. Well, then I would detect that he cleaned it. I would know what chemicals he used.
The point is, if you've just killed 4 people, okay, and what, you then leave your knife sheath down? How?
He did not. If this is an individual, if this was BK that entered that home to commit this crime, he did not enter the home with a knife sheath.
Thank you.
You can't do it. You can't do it. This is what you have to think about on a criminal side of entering a home. It's dark, it's cold, it's late at night. You don't know how many people are in the home. You're coming in a back door.
Right.
Who are you going to bump into the minute you come in the door? If you're coming in with a knife, you're coming in with an objective to do something that's very violent. You didn't walk in with a knife because you wanted to peel up her hair. You didn't want to stroke this young lady's hair and tell her how much you love her.
Right.
You came in with a knife of that size because you were going to commit damage.
I'm starting to think someone let him in.
Let me ask you. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Why would I enter the back door with my actual weapon still locked into a covering, where if I had to make an immediate action coming in the door? What happens if Ethan comes out of the bedroom to get a soda out of the fridge and I'm just coming in the door? That kid's 6'4", athletic, and probably could put it on me. You know what I mean? So why would I not be prepared? Why would I come in unprepared? I'm there for a reason.
I also did some research. Everyone was like, serial killer in the making. Now, there's only 2 serial killers that attempted 4 people. One was BTK, but he got taken by surprise, but he had a gun. He tied them up.
Right.
Bundy,
Unfortunately, while doing my time, I was in close custody, max security, lockdown. I was literally 8 cells away from death row most of my sentences. So I got to converse with these individuals. I went to lunch with them. I went to rec yard with them. It's nothing to be proud of, but I heard the stories. I know of the baseline killer. I know of the baseline rapist. I was housed with them. All the way back in the day in the Carly Martinez case, a young lady killed out in the desert by 2 gentlemen, Robert Desnoyers and Jesse Avalos.
Yep.
I was housed with them. BK is not one of these types of people.
Thank you.
At this crime, I'm going to tell you right now, this crime is not a passion, emotional, I love you, I'm stalking you, I want to date you crime. This is a 4-person homicide. This is not normal. And when people start throwing around the idea of serial killer, well, it better be serial killers. Add a couple more people to that mix.
Right.
Because I've been in some violent situations, and let me tell you, one person, it takes a lot. I mean, go back and look at the kids from Florida. I was just thinking about the other day, the Michael Bargo case.
Yes. Yes.
That it's 5 teenagers on that one kid. They had a gun. They outnumbered him. They were bigger than him. They were beating on him. They shot him. They dismembered him. And that kid still didn't die for
Right.
15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So tell me how in 16 minutes I'm able to get 4 people, 1 knife, and not be just like the Superman of the world. I'm sorry, I mean, I'm trying to be unbiased. I listen to everybody's opinion, but I've been around the block. Not dumb.
It's less than 16 minutes. It's less than 16 minutes because
Right.
the car was pulling up at 4:04. Then he drove around here, there, and everywhere. Did 3 points and went in and just screaming off again at 4:18. It's about 8
Yeah,
to 10 minutes.
it's less than that, and I'll tell you exactly why. Even when he parked his car, let's say this is the suspect, they got him on camera, he's driving around making all these weird turns. The reason why that would be happening is he was nervous. Anybody that did this is caught on that is nervous. That's why you're driving around the way you are. You're thinking about it. Like, do I really want to do this? Anytime I was going to commit a crime or break into it, I got hesitant right before I did it.
Yeah, but were
Meaning I
you
took
in
it
your
up.
own car? Were you in your own car with your own cell phone driving past cameras?
I was never that dumb, and I'm not a PhD criminology student. No, I knew better than that just off of not even being intelligent. I just knew not to bring my own stuff to the crime scene. So, but I can tell you this, even if I parked my car, you see me driving around till 4:07 and I parked my car behind that home, I probably haven't gotten out of my car for another 3 or 4 minutes. I'm thinking about it. I'm nervous. I'm hesitant. This is a big deal. This is a 4-person homicide. You think that you just like step out of your car and say, yep, ready to do it. Let's get this done. No, no. You're breathing hard. You're nervous. You're scared. You're antsy. That's why I'm saying the sheath would have never made it in. I'm surprised you didn't even forget the knife in the car. You get that nervous.
Can you imagine the sweat on that sheath? Even through a glove?
I'm telling you, I know from experience, you get nervous. I used to have sweat dripping off my forehead when I was just going in to maybe get $100 bill out of a drawer. You know what I mean? I'm sweating.
I tell you now, I think this guy's been framed. I'm putting it out there. I've always tried to sit on the fence and be open-minded. I swear, as I'm sitting here, I do not believe for 1 minute that I see. Of course, I don't know him, but he's this awkward guy. He's a bit shy or whatever. He might be a bit autistic, but he's very clever. He's clever. People keep saying, you know what, you're book smart. That doesn't mean doesn't mean you're street smart. Well, guess what? If I'm book smart, I know I'm not driving to a crime in my own car with my own phone. And not only that, this car drove past the cop shop. It drove past the police station. You're telling me that Brian Koberger actually is at PhD level criminology. Now, I'm never at that level. I'd be like, you know what? Who was he going to call? Ghostbusters. I'm sorry. Why did he need his bloody phone with him? Who was he calling?
If I could give just a quick opinion, real quick, I don't need to cut you off. There you go. They really are. They need to look at a guy that lives less than 100 feet away, that's been all over YouTube and doing podcasts and talking to people. Now, if you're talking about that's absolutely not street smart, that would make a dumb mistake, and he lives right there looking in the windows every day, and you want to tell me you have a stalker that drives from Pennsylvania to Washington State, there's no connection to the victims, yet you have a gentleman that lives 100 feet away overlooking the window that, I mean, if you just listen to him, he's lying every other sentence that he gives.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. IH.
Yeah. And guys, I had to read people on the yard because I always had to watch my back. I had to know who I was around. If I saw that guy, I would be sketched out of my mind about him.
Yes.
I could see it. He's a shady character. He's a liar. He's a scammer. He's a manipulator. And trust me, he knows how to use a weapon. And, you know, with the drug usage that we know is going on in that area, and I'm not pointing fingers at anybody for being a drug user or whatever it might be. It's a college town. Great. Many people do it. But there's something more to the story where so much death is going around one house. I mean, it's just crazy to me, but you got hazing incidents, you got all kinds of stuff going on, and everybody's just overlooking it like the money has to keep flowing into the college.
Yeah.
So let's turn our back. You know, we're going to spend $500 million to buy another college, so we got to keep our reputation up, even though death is happening everywhere. So you got SWAT takeouts that are still being investigated. There's too much going on. So
Albert,
let me ask you.
Sorry, Dago, go ahead.
That's okay. I just wanted to ask you quick, going backwards a little bit, AR. So based on the sheath and what we were talking about with that, what is your thought? How do you think that DNA got on that sheath? Just your opinion.
You know, if it's truly what, you know, many of us believe it is, where it's touch DNA.
Right.
You know, and I hate to start what people call conspiracy theories, but someone planted that sheath there. I'm sorry to say it, the way that it's in between. And I did a demonstration on my channel after we heard that Kaylee may have been trapped up against the wall and, you know, trying to escape. So I did a little bit of demonstrating. What people don't understand is for that sheath to get to where it was, underneath a body, underneath a comforter, not seen on the first go around by police officers. But of course, the lead detective doesn't even show up for 4 hours, which is odd to me as well. He should be the first one on the scene. But then all of a sudden you see it. Well, you would never, if you look at the makeup of how the bed is laying and how the bodies would have to be, you wouldn't see it. And then, you know what? Somebody brought that sheath in after the fact. Unless you could show me body cam footage of you walking to the door, because at that point, if you really do see it from the door as an investigator, you stop right there, you get a camera, and you get a video camera, and you don't even enter the room until that's on camera.
I agree. I agree with you.
I mean, what investigator would not know that's your biggest piece of evidence the minute you see it? That's a weapon sheath underneath a stabbed body.
Yeah, but it wasn't underneath in the PCA, it was next to. And that is what's really important. When Payne and Blaker write their identical statements, the sheath was seen later next to Maddie. Later, it's under her. How can that happen?
That's what I'm saying. You've got individuals not properly writing PCA affidavits. And then on top of it, you have people that are supposed to be at a crime scene before anything transpired that aren't even there. So even a bigger question is how many officers and people are walking in that crime scene before it's secured?
Yeah. Because
how many people are in and out of there?
Because so everyone's like into this 911 wasn't called for 8 hours, okay? I've got a little bit of a theory going on. What if, this is spitballing, what if Dylan and Bethany did call 911 just after the attacks? Because I did some research and there's no cops on duty between 3:38 and about 7 in the morning for 2 solid months before this crime takes place. There is never a police log after 3:38 in the morning. So what if Bethany and Dylan did call police, and there were no police around, and nobody responded. I swear I have looked at every Moscow PD police log from September through October through November. Nobody is around between 3:30 a.m. and 7 in the morning. Don't you find that odd?
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, it's like so many things that I find when I look at these law enforcement agencies in the area. And, you know, I even visited the area and found out while I was up there, the FBI was actually there before the crime even happened. They were already in town investigating something else.
Right.
And they were, you know, capable of being on scene immediately, yet didn't come on scene for another couple days.
Yep.
So I'm sorry, but what that tells me is there's a department that knows it has some issues. Why are officers that are already under the suspicion of corruptness facing court dates and also admitted to hiding body cam? How in the heck are you still even on the force?
Thank you.
What are you doing? Why are we still employing people that are willing to go around the block? And, you know, a lot of people say, well, you're just an LE hater. No, I just know the game. I know the game very well. You guys don't think when I was in the penitentiary, a couple $100 didn't get me a cell phone? I wasn't able to bring in whatever I wanted to, and I didn't even have to bring it in myself. I had people bring it to me.
Right.
It was only a little bit of money. It's only a little bit of money to get whatever you want. Now, don't tell me that the University of Idaho is not willing to give up a little more money than I was willing to give up for a cell phone.
It's good. And why would you allow these officers to work on a quadruple homicide case too, as well, knowing the things that they have going on in their background, knowing that these things are going to be brought to the surface, knowing that you're going to be scrutinized for this type of thing? That just doesn't make sense to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, and we all found out something right away when the defense asked for the training records of the officers. People say, man, that's so uncommon. No, it's not. If you have an interrogator, and I guess they were actually interviewing a survivor, so I'll say interviewer, but I guarantee you it was an interrogation method. They wanted info from her, but they wanted it their way, not her way, their way. So they put in a gentleman that's already been known to have misdirected a whole interrogation of a guy that gets charged with murder himself.
Right.
And then it gets dismissed because they find all the false accusations and all the things he did. Well, now we got to fast forward to the other people involved in this that are all surrounding the investigation, have all had issues of the home, you know, taking a photograph of an ID when they're issuing a warning for a noise complaint. Guys, I deal with the police. Still to this day, I still have to get checked all the time. They've never once taken a picture of my ID. Not one time.
Wow.
Never. And this is a young lady. You walk up to give a warning. You're not even at that scene for a noise complaint. Many people don't know that.
No,
the actual complaint was from up the street. And they just happened to walk to that house and walk to the back door. I mean, really? Are you kind of scoping out the back door area? You looking for an entrance?
Refreshing. I
think a lot of people saw that the same way that you do. You know, I think we all looked at that video and said, that's interesting in a lot of ways, you know? So go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Well, and I'll tell you this. I had an officer come to my back door of my residence one time trying to serve a no-knock warrant. And it actually got thrown out at my first court date because they never attempted to come to my front door. And you have to wait a minimum amount of time at the front door to give somebody the chance to open it before you can proceed to any other entrance. Now, mine was... Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and we saw the one video, and they weren't serving a warrant, but they didn't even attempt the front door. They went directly to the back door. Two together. Yes.
You see Dylan Mortensen go ducking out of view. Lets another person have to come take the heat at the door, which happened to be Kaylee. Unfortunately, the ID gets photographed, and now many people are saying she was the target. Well, I have an issue with, you think she's a target. I just watch people take photographs of her ID, find a way to enter the home that is suspected to be the way in and out of the home.
Yeah.
And you're telling me BK knows all of this, Hal? Like, he
Also,
would know that back there? You know?
also pointing
Someone
out,
tell me.
it's interesting that there's stairs to the top. Yeah,
I mean, those
I don't know if you remember hearing that, but they also pointed out that it was quite interesting that there were no stairs going to the top deck. I thought that was a little off myself. I heard you talking about that.
So,
Go ahead,
I mean,
sorry.
just to interject real quick, just think about the time frame of the few months around the time before the crime happened. Who do you believe was actually at the house more, the police or the suspect that's now the defendant in the case? Actually at the house. Not a cell phone ping that's in the 20-mile radius. I'm saying, who do you have proof is actually at that house?
Absolutely, the police.
Thank you. And you're telling me they wouldn't know how to get in and out? They wouldn't know how many players are in the house? They wouldn't know who's normally there, not there? They come bust up parties all the time. They know the action of the house.
Absolutely.
You know, but,
I have a little bit of theory. I put a video up tonight where Banfield, Schmanfield, we've done it a million times. But while I was looking at the Banfield, I looked at, obviously, we've got students being stopped for drink charges, mounting out of a molehill. 2 of those students said they were over 6 foot. They were all like muscular, they were athletic. A couple of them had eyebrows. So that was my point. Actually, Dylan's ID witness statement is such BS. I can't believe it's even in a PCA. What, you're going to send a man to death on bushy eyebrows? Okay. So then we've got other stuff going on, and I started looking into the police, and I think I said it before, but after 3:38 a.m., there is no police activity until people start waking up on Sunday morning for like 2.5 months. September, October, November, the last police log is 3:38 a.m. And then it goes, the earliest is 6:50 in 2.5 months. Where are the police? Where are they? And I'm thinking, is it a coincidence there is no time logs, no crimes after 3:38 a.m. until what, 6:50 in the morning? That's one early one. Most of them are 8, 9, 10 in the morning. So I'd like to know where the police are in Moscow between 3:38 and 7 in the morning.
It's a good point. Good point.
There's nothing. So you know, the 13th of November, 3:38. Okay, so this is really interesting. 3:38 a.m. You've got 3 police reports that are not called in. The police do it themselves. They want to create their own police reports on minor incidents. It's the Banfield incident. It's the students picking up a sign and stealing it. I did that when I was a student. They wrote a report. There were 3 incidents from 1:15 until 3:38 that police bothered to write reports. From that point on till 8:44 in the morning, there's no police. Nothing. 0. And it happens every single week through September, October, and November until the murders happen. So I want to know where Moscow PD is from 3:38 in the morning till 7 in the morning every single Sunday.
And I agree with you. And my biggest question as well is, it's a huge, big football game weekend, parties going on everywhere. And, you know, you don't have a police car that's going to deter a gentleman they're claiming is driving his car around the neighborhood for an hour, and everybody's making it out that he's wearing an astronaut suit with his car wrapped up in his shower curtains and everything else. You don't think that would get somebody's attention? I mean,
exactly.
I'm telling you, I get pulled over all the time just because they look at me and go, I think he's doing something wrong. I don't know if he is, but I think he is. So I'm going to pull him over. You're telling me I can drive around with my car wrapped up and I can have all these gloves on and I can have literally because he doesn't have enough time to get dressed before he goes in.
Right.
He does not have enough time. He had to drive around that way. And he's driving around like an astronaut. And no officer is going to say, oh, man, that looks a little odd. I wonder what he's doing. It's not Halloween anymore. Maybe I need to check this out. But it sure seems like that law enforcement agency lets a lot of things slide and they cover for each other. And I guarantee you they're young, and there's got to be an issue within that LE department because they seem to lie a lot. They really do.
Very much
about
so.
little basic things. I mean,
but also, you've got a quadruple homicide that you have never had before, and you get a call at midday. It's actually reported at 11:56. So you get this call. They pronounce dead at 12:02. How does that happen, for a start? And the homicide detectives don't get there till 4 o'clock, and the coroner doesn't get there till 5:30. So another question for me is, what happened from midday till 4 o'clock until the homicide detectives got there?
You've got a lot of little peon officers trampling your crime scene.
Yeah.
That's what you have.
And that's after Dylan and Bethany summoned friends over before they even got there.
Yeah, the case should be thrown out just by the handling of the actual crime scene. I hate to say it because we all want justice, but they botched that the minute that the first foot went in the door. I mean, I hate to say that. I really do, but
I do agree on that one. I said that a long time ago that the crime scene was corrupted immediately. I mean, completely contaminated from the very beginning. Because there was, in my opinion, because I don't know for fact, but I can almost guarantee that there were multiple people in that house before LE even got there. And then we have LE going in, tramping around, skewing and so forth. Okay. Therefore, the crime scene was contaminated from the very beginning. They let people walk away. They did not detain anybody. They didn't swab people. They didn't do any of that kind of stuff like they should have. They allowed people to leave for the holiday, for this, for that. They cleared people within like hours of this. That should have looked into a little bit more, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. And I just feel I agree that the crime scene was contaminated from the moment somebody stepped on that property.
Yeah, so. I agree 100%.
Now, I do just want to interject real quick because a lot of people might miss the point. When they say people are cleared too quickly and they've been taken off as suspects, that's not true. 2 years from now, we may see one of those individuals get brought in and arrested as a part of the case. They'll say things like that, like, oh, everybody. What concerns me about it is the victim's own father comes out and says they cleared people too fast, meaning he's directly looking at somebody that he feels as though was a part of it, and they cleared that person.
Yes.
That's the gist of that I got. If somebody came and got my wife or my daughter, and I'm sitting there wrestling in my brain as to what happened, and I had this gut feeling that I'm looking right at somebody and you cleared them, I'm going to go right at that person myself and do my own interrogation.
Right.
It just is what it is. You're going to have to arrest me because you took my own. Well, I'm coming to talk to you. And I'm sure the victim's father, in some manner, I know they said he had a private investigator, and, just recently he made the statement. It's the only one that really resonated to me, is everybody surrounding this needs to be prepared to be drugged through the mud. Mm-hmm. That tells me something. There's something to that.
Yep.
He didn't directly name who it is, but I guarantee you that person knows who it is.
Mm.
And he basically
You know,
let up that he was gonna, that him and his family could be drugged through the mud too. Okay.
Yeah, and and it's starting to come out where some of the family members have had their own legal issues. So, and some of them for pretty bad legal issues. And I'm not gonna hold anything against those people. They're doing their time just like I had to go do mine. So I get it. I understand it. And I'm not gonna put down on them. I hope they can find, a way to change their life for the better. But I just hope people that are surrounding the case that want to speak negatively about a lot of things, say conspiracy or can't be real or can't be right, you better take a step back, because there's going to be some big, amazing things that are going to still come out in this. I mean, there's no reason why now all of a sudden we're at a 1 month, setback in a court hearing because somebody was sick. That doesn't happen. That does not happen. I've been to court so many times. I have 38 convictions. You don't think I've been to court so many times? I mean, it's like they don't give a month break because you're not feeling well. I'm sorry. Show up for court, get this court date hearing going. This is taxpayer money. We got to get moving on this, and so there's something behind the scenes going on that who knows what it is, but I'm just going to throw it out there. In my own opinion, another arrest is coming within the next couple of months.
That's what I was feeling too. That was my thought as well.
I think it's at least one. At least one. I think it's more than one, but I know one is coming. Well, I shouldn't say I know. I feel one is coming.
Right. That's my. I feel something big is coming soon.
Yeah.
The 48 Hours episode with the Gonzalez family, and I found it really interesting that Steve Gonzalez claimed that drugs was Hollywood. It's not the movies. This, drugs. He basically insinuated that if this was drug related, it'd be like the movies.
Yeah.
And I found that really odd because, with no question, there are two families linked with drugs. Drugs are not the movies. Drugs are everywhere. They're in my local pub. My local pub that used to be beer only. There's Coca-Cola everywhere, if you know what I mean with Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
So for Steve to say that, and we know that Xana's mum and Maddie's stepmom had these convictions just before it happened. And I'm not commenting on Steve's brother. I don't know. There's like that he's involved. I haven't everywhere. And I really puzzle with Steve's what's the best way?
Prison time. Maddie's father did prison time for drugs.
Pardon?
Maddie's father did prison time in 2020 for drugs.
Yes.
Well, and Xana's mother and Xana's Maddie's stepmother. I just found it really odd that Steve, who seems like a real guy, would call drugs Hollywood movie stuff. It's not. It's on every bloody street corner in every country of the world.
It's called deflection.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It's an emotional deflection to get people to refocus on the guilt of the suspect that they have in custody. Let's deflect anything and everything away from a possible actual motive to this crime to get back to the emotional conviction that needs no motive.
Good point. Very good point.
Very good point. I'll tell you now, okay, I am 51 and I stayed away from drugs my whole life. I like a glass of wine. I like a beer. I did try doobies. They made me sick. I went to live in Antigua for a while, and I could not believe what I saw around me. I saw people putting their kids to bed in a party house while they did Coca-Cola everywhere. And you're like, oh my God, I've been so naive all my life. And, it's like, I feel that people watching the Moscow, Idaho 4 case are looking at these gorgeous people, these gorgeous young girls. And I realize now that when I was 24, 25, I'd go out on, like business drinks after work. They were all doing it in the bloody toilets. And I didn't realize I was a country bumpkin. I'm not judging. I like to think I'm a bit rock and roll myself. But so many people are like, there's no way these kids were doing this. There's no way these kids are doing this. Let me tell you, as I'm sitting here now, once upon a time, I thought, there's no way all these people are doing this stuff. It's everywhere. It is everywhere. And it makes me so upset. When I hear Steve Gonsalves saying, there's no way there's drugs involved. That's Hollywood. It's not bloody Hollywood. It's in your local pub, in the local toilets. It's everywhere. And I wish people would get real. I really do. It's absolutely everywhere.
I agree. I absolutely agree. I'm gonna actually part ways with you guys. I got the dogs and the wife out at the park, so we're gonna walk around. But I'm humbled. I feel really blessed to even be able to engage with you guys. And
it's lovely to speak to you.
Anytime we do this, AR, you're always welcome. Again, like I said, I respect what you're doing, and I will support your channel and help you as much as I can to support it in that sense as well.
I appreciate it. I've subbed all you guys too. I've definitely engaged with you guys. Great minds all think alike, and I'm glad to be a part of your guys' great mind group. So
absolutely, my friend, and thank you for spending some time here today with us and introducing yourself. I was going to do it myself. I'm glad you popped in here because I was watching your stuff yesterday, and I left you a comment. And then again, like I said, I was going to bring it out here today, as I always do when I see somebody new that I enjoy, which I very greatly did. And I have, like I said, I have a high respect for you coming out, considering the issues you could endure at times based on, your history. So I respect that, and it takes a lot of courage to do that. So God bless you. And like I said, we're here with you, brother. 100%.
Definitely appreciate it. Just to let everybody know, I'll be going live tomorrow. Hopefully the wife joins me so everybody can meet her as well. It'll be my first live, and I would love to have you guys join me there as well.
Absolutely. I'd be an honor. What time do you think it'll be?
My wife likes to sleep, so I would say probably 2:00 Pacific time.
Okay, I may be done by then. If I can get my times back in order. I usually go live between 12:30 to 3 or 4. Either way, I will do what I can.
Let's just back mine up. Let's go back to what time zone are you on? Where are you at?
I'm on Eastern time zone.
Okay, so right now it's 6:00 your time?
6:29, yes, sir.
Okay, so let's do, to let yours finalize, let people get some food in them and relax, because I know it can be pretty heavy and a lot of talking, a lot of listening. Let's go back to 7:00 Eastern time.
Okay, yeah, I could definitely cover that, and I would love to be over there with you. No problem.
Awesome. So we'll do that. That way we can cater to you guys. We'll have plenty of time on my side, and I love having anybody that wants to join us.
Sounds like a plan, my friend, and welcome to YouTube. Well, great to have you here, brother. Great to have you here.
I appreciate you guys. Humbled by you.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir, for your great input. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day, guys. Have
too.
a great night, guys. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye. All right. What's going on, Mr. Rolo?
Hey, what up, everybody? I just wanted to say 2 quick things. I miss my guy, too. Why was Ellie asking the public for help all of those first weeks when they supposedly have the surviving victims statement on that info?
Asking the public for help with what
leads,
now?
For leads, for any lead, because they didn't have no leads, no suspect, nothing.
Oh yeah, okay, I got what you're saying. Right.
Then the PCA comes out and it says the contrary.
Right. I agree. That was definitely something that caught my attention when it happened as well.
Okay, the frozen shock on face, whatever. So they say that she was frozen shocked, this, that. And she saw the guy, the bushy eyebrows. But how did she go back to sleep supposedly like nothing and she was in frozen shock?
I don't think she did. I don't think anybody did that, was in that house that night.
Yeah.
I think that, okay, if we go along with what her statement was in the PCA, I'll say I'm going to go along with it. That doesn't mean I truly do, but I'm saying I'll go along with what she said. There's no way that she didn't hear what she should have heard. And if she heard that, there's no way she went to sleep that night. I'm sorry. There's no way.
I want to reach out and give her some advice as a convict, ex-convict. If that's the story she's gonna go with or whatever, like it's best that she don't even go to court because that shit's just gonna indict her or incriminate her, in some way. And you know, if she's here, you know what, you still got time to, make things right and help and do whatever you can for yourself, and you'll have another chance at life. Maybe you're a beautiful girl, and truth goes a long way. So
I think she just needs to come forth and be honest about everything. I think they both do, and say, hey, we saw and heard this. It did scare us, and we didn't know how to react. But here it is, boom, 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 and that's what it is. I think that's what needs to happen, because here's what's going to happen, in my opinion. If this goes to trial, this is just, again, my opinion.
If it gets to trial.
If this goes to trial, and they put her on the stand, Ann Taylor is gonna destroy her. I mean, she's gonna pull her apart piece by piece by piece. She's gonna make her break down. That's how it's gonna happen. That's how I see it happening. And if that's the case, if she comes out in the beginning and says, hey, look, I was shocked at that point. I was in a little bit of a shocked mood, I guess you could say, everything that just happened. I was maybe a little bit wrong with my statement, but this is what I actually saw and heard, and so on and so forth. And she comes out ahead of time like that, I think it can change things. I can agree with that. So
yeah, she could talk to investigators, whatever, get her lawyer, and make things right. Because I mean, that little whatever, I think, first of all, I think those words are being put in her mouth. It's not even her. But
I said yesterday when we talked, or not yesterday, but day before, I think it was, I said that the way I think that went down, and again, this is just my opinion, this isn't a fact, folks, allegedly, I feel that maybe, if that's how things happened, and she was there, and maybe she did hear a lot of things, and she was in shock, okay, which I would expect. That I wouldn't look down on her for that at all. That the officer sat down with her and said, I'm not coming in clear. Can you guys hear me okay vocally?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it okay? Is it clear? Oh, here, let me try something here. All right. Hopefully that's good. But anyway, I feel like they may have sat down and she wasn't really talking at first because she was in shock. Okay, we'll just go with that and say that that's how it went. And that the officer started saying, so did you see somebody? Yeah. Did you hear something? Well, I don't know. But like, did you see somebody? Was it dark? Yes, it was dark. Was he all in black? Yeah, he was dressed in black. What did he look like? How tall was he? Was he about as tall as such and such? Yeah, roughly. That's how I think that line of questioning went, in my opinion, because of the situation. Now, I could be completely wrong, and I'm okay with that. I'm just saying that's my theory based on that. The things that came out of her mouth are things that I've never agreed that a person of her age would say in that sense, okay?
That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt you. Clad in black, that's law enforcement terminology. Right. I've never heard that anything like that, only in like paperwork or some kind of like high profile case, or I never heard anybody say it in the streets, or I never heard that at all, not even in a movie.
Well, also the PCA is identical. Blake and Payne are supposed to write their own versions of events, and they're absolutely identical.
Copy and paste. That's what I called it. Copy and paste.
Yeah,
I'm starting to think the reason they mentioned the bathroom is because somebody was there, or there
Say
was
that
signs of blood. I'm starting to think the reason the bathroom was mentioned,
Mhm.
either there's evidence of the struggle or the crime also there, or somebody was right there. You know.
Mention the bathroom and don't expand on it.
Yeah, you just don't mention it for nothing. Either they saw the bathroom, they looked at it because something drew their attention, blood or something. You know.
very much so.
I would love to know your thought. I came up with this thing only because I was investigating something else. So I don't know if it's ridiculous or okay, but I think I mentioned it earlier that, you know, there's this period between 3:38 and 7 in the morning, okay? That there's never a police officer. So what if, this is spitballing, but what if Dylan and Bethany called the police around 4:30 in the morning, hearing noises, and nobody responded?
I mean, that is a very good thought, Nelly. It makes a lot of sense. But I think if that were the case, it probably would have been somewhere in the PCA that they tried to contact police.
Yeah, but do the cops want to admit
Oh,
that
that's
they
a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, that's a
So
good point.
my point is what if this house is known as a noise complaint house and Dylan or Bethany called at about 4:30 in the morning and I can't find any police logs at that time? It's almost like they all clock off. What if they called the police and no one responded and now there's this big cover up because the police fucked up?
Or they probably called back and did you call 911? It was a hang up. Or, oh, it's just, that was, an accident or something. They could have used that, But me personally, I think there was a call from Bethany somewhere around 2 and from a neighbor's around 3:01.
Rollo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
Are you on a microphone or on your phone, bro?
I'm on my phone.
Knock your phone away from your mouth just a little bit. It's muffling what you're saying.
Okay. Is it better?
That's way better. Yeah. Yeah. It was muffling what you were saying. It was making it hard to hear you. So,
all right. It's because I had it under an envelope and it was kind of like,
no, it's okay. You're good. You're good now.
Okay, me personally, I think there was a call by Bethany at around 2, and from the neighbors around 3:01.
Okay.
And I've seen it that that supposedly what's her name grabbed the phone from her, whatever, and she was trying to convince her to come back, and I don't know all this stuff, but those are just rumors, But it makes sense because like it's been out there that she was seen,
Yeah, what makes you think that the neighbors called at that time?
Oh, that's well, I can't divulge that because I'm not gonna put them on blast, but it's the students.
Okay, I got you. It's okay.
Give me that Kim treatment. I don't care, But shit, I don't, docs.
I understand.
People are,
I get it. I get it. Just curious.
And people need to understand that too. Like you guys could say whatever, but I mean, she's right there in the fire in the circle, and people wanting to come public and divulge personal information. She already had people put her on blast or try to put her on blast, So you think she's gonna be doing that for someone else? I don't know. She don't know you. I mean, you guys need to. I mean, not you, Dago, but other people need to mind their fucking business, Person.
I know what you mean.
All right. And all that going to the jails, asking officers, "Hey, do inmates watch YouTube or whatever?" First of all, it's a public site, and that shouldn't concern you.
I can
agree. In my opinion, unless you're doing grimy stuff and stuff you got to really worry about that you're putting out there that or bother people enough for you to worry about it, then
Sure.
but you shouldn't.
Absolutely.
With all due respect. Sorry, David. I thought I'd address that.
No, you're okay. You're okay. No worries. No worries. No worries.
Because it's bad enough, like as an inmate, you hardly get any action, and then like there's ways, like the guard they have a little memory card, whatever little thing they put into the things, and you hack them, or you bypass everything, but it doesn't come cheap. But
Yeah.
there's ways, you know. But I mean, you think asking the guards is gonna like, do you a favor? Shit. They
Yeah.
probably, they probably threw your name out there and like, who's that? Who's this? Who's that? She's over here
Right.
like, who's giving her information? She don't even know what she did. She don't put she don't put herself on that list of, like, let's see who's this, or like, what she is undercover? Is she investigating something or whatever? That's how they think.
Very possible. Very, very possible. Somebody asked you to repeat what you were saying about the calls. If you could, they must have misheard you or something like that.
Oh,
Can
I
you?
just seen it. Well, I saw the thing about the neighbor thing. Yeah, I saw that. Like on a comment, whatever that, and then I, talked to the message the person, and they contacted me, and they said that supposedly there was a call from one of the neighbors. But yeah, the Bethany thing, it was a student that told me that supposedly she had tried to call 911. She did, and the phone was snatched from her, and they hung up.
Yeah, I got. Okay.
And then she took off, and then they were calling her back, that just come back, it's all right, nothing will happen, and
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know what happened after that. Just
Yeah, absolutely. I understand, and I thank you for your input. I really do. Alrighty.
yeah.
Well.
But I just wanted to say about that, about the PCA thing, that just it doesn't make sense, and
Right.
a lot of people, they're dismissing that thing where the cell phone data, it clearly states that
Mm-hmm.
when they did the data analysis, the report came back that he wasn't in the area between 3 to 5, and then it showed again that he was on the next day, but they believe he wasn't. They know that he wasn't in that town, so it's not reliable. And they put it in there because they know that Payne knows that his little PCA was written behind his personal beliefs, his personal theory statement. Because he knows that criminals, when they do crimes, they turn off the phones or they do the airplane mode. But he's just throwing it out there in his personal belief. Trying to sell it. In other words,
Yeah.
he's selling it.
Yeah.
It's not facts. The facts is what is the data analysis came back with.
Mm-hmm. I understand.
And those are facts. And that's why he had to put it in there, because to save himself from criminal charges when it comes back, that that's what it was. But that's why he put, based on my opinion, my beliefs, and my experience, and that's when he starts all that other stuff. That doesn't make sense. So,
I got you. I got
all
you.
right,
Absolutely.
well, thank you for your time, Dave, and you guys have a good one, huh? And on the
You
Pell,
too.
wherever, I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I got to head off.
All right. Miss Nelly, it's always a pleasure having you here. I appreciate you so very much.
Thank you for having me. I've got to go to
Always.
bed. So
Yeah.
thank you all. Take
Your
care.
your videos are wonderful, guys. Please go check out Miss Nelly's channel. Oh Lord, the Pale. What is it again, Miss Nelly?
Beyond
the Pale. Sorry, I was thinking about something else, but Beyond the Pale. She does really good stuff, guys. Please check it out. Show a little bit of love and subscribe if you will.
Thank you, guys. I got to go to bed.
Absolutely. Have a wonderful night, my dear.
Lovely to see you all.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. You still there, Mama Bear? Mama Bear fell asleep on us.
No, I'm here. Sorry.
I got
the dog got a thing of hot hands and was trying to eat it, so I had to go snag it.
Oh, that's not fun. That's great.
Yeah. Like, you don't eat that, dude.
Would like to join us up here today. I want to thank AR. That was awesome to have you up here, sir. I appreciate you again, and much respect for doing what you're doing. Very much so. Anybody else that would like to join us today, please? Yes, no, maybe so. I really wish we could we got to get Eddie handled and get him taken care of and get him back out here so we can hear him, because I love hearing what he's got to say on a regular. So is there anybody else interested in jumping up here and voicing your opinion, your theories, your thoughts, your opinions, anything at all? I'm glad you're here too, Willow. Love seeing you in here. Anybody at all? Where'd Brian go? There's Brian. Bruce, come on up here, Brian. We missed you. Come on.
Tell us about this crazy maintenance person that blew up your computer.
Yes, come on up here, Brian. Bruce, Brian, Batman, whatever you want to call yourself. I was super duper worried about you, sir. I really was. You can ask anybody in here. Every time I've been live, I've been looking for you, and I'm telling people, if you see him, you better tell him to come find me. So come on, Bruce, let's do this. Did you want to talk about, we can talk about that, Bombshell, no problem. I told you, I feel like yeah, Eddie's under the gag order right now. He can't talk. That's exactly what it looks like. All right. Whoever's going to jump up here, I'm going to drop the link one more time. Good Lord, with the Discord. I'm going to drop. Okay, he's coming.
I'm trying. Hold on.
All right, I'm going to put the link down there for him. I'm going to jump off here for like, I don't know, give me about 3 minutes, Mama Bear. I got to get my coffee and use the little boy's room real quick. And I will be, you got control, so I will be right back, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. I'll be right back.
Do my best and try to keep everything out of my dog's mouth.
Oh, you're awesome.
Oh, goodness. Oh, bummer. Major, that would have been good too. Do laptops have built-in microphones? Bombshell, yes, I believe so. All right, Rep Chuck, what do you want to know about frats? What you guys want to know? I mean, you can't just say frats. What do you guys want to know about frats? Why they are how they are. Oh, that's a question. Let me write that down and I'll look it up. I never went to college like that anyway, so I don't know anything about frats. Yeah, I will talk to Dago about doing a show specifically on frats. And Jesse Lynn, Brian had a road maintenance guy that did something and blew up his computer laptop. So that's where he's been. Snooper, I don't know. I haven't heard anything if they had an Alexa or anything similar in the house. So it said that they either who said that? Not Marcon. Bombshell. From my understanding, you have a better chance of getting into a frat if your family is an alum. Okay, more about family connections, right? Anyone catch the fight in the football stand? Okay, Brian, it's okay, hon. We'll try it another day. Right, Bubbles? But they look so out. They come from another planet, frat alien. Yeah. Alright, I'm trying to stay up with your guys' chats really. Hi, Virginia Wolf. Good to see you, hon. Yeah, the frats are. See, Michael, I don't know that they require wealth, but it definitely, from my understanding, is that it definitely helps you to get in if your family is in good standing with, that kind of stuff. Okay. Sylvia, I love you too. You gotta quit changing your name, sweetheart. Oh no. Well, good luck with that new recipe, sweetheart. I don't cook, so you don't want me cooking. Right. Good connections, good standing within the community, things like that. Revenge of the Nerds. I haven't watched that in forever. It was said they gave him he could have different house, but they didn't feel right about it. So they left him. I had not heard that.
Hello.
Oh. All right. Several people would like a show one day next week, unless you have a day this week. Sorry.
I didn't hear nothing. You just
hold on.
Sorry it took me so long. My coffee machine broke. So I am making coffee in the most ridiculous way you possibly could.
On the stove, and pot, and water, and
and my wife picked up this thing from the dollar store that's it's a reusable coffee filter that you can just wash out. Okay. It's not coming out. The coffee's coming out horrible, but I'm drinking it because it's still coffee. It's all sorts of different colors and flavors and all sorts of crazy stuff. So it's not been fun. So and it takes me forever to make a damn 1 cup of coffee. I feel like one of the Puritans coming here from on the Mayflower or something making coffee. But anyway.
Okay. Try this again. Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So several people in the chat want to do a show specifically on information regarding the frats, like why are they the way they are? Do you have to have money to get in? Do you have to be in a good standing within the community? That kind of stuff.
Sounds like a plan to me. That's what I've been waiting for you guys to tell me what you want to hear. If we're going to cover anything on Idaho, it has to come from you guys because I've done everything we can do. Okay, we've not really ever done a frat show, which is a good idea. So sure, your guys are the boss. You guys are the bosses, and we want to hear from you guys. Mom Bear says it, I say it. We've all been telling you guys for months. Tell us what you want. We will do it. I will do it the best way I can do it. I'll do it for you. So sounds like a plan to me. When do you want to do it? I'd prefer to do it a day that she's able to be here. If you're okay with that.
Yeah. I could probably do it Friday.
Well, Fridays we kind of do something different.
Oh yeah. What do I work next week?
Oh my God, that sounds so good, Jesse. That's an idea. I might do that too. Go ahead.
How about next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
if that's okay with everybody else, I'm down with it.
Unless you want to do a weekend.
I don't mind it, but
Either.
you gotta talk to the boss, Mrs. Dago. She don't like me doing weekends, so.
Yeah, I don't blame
Let me see. Maybe go into the commonalities that Stephen calls to indent defense and prosecution. Sure. Like I said, guys, I've been trying to do these shows where we have just blatant open discussion so that you guys can come up with the things you want to talk about. We've covered anything and everything that's important about this case specifically. Okay, so if you guys still want to talk about this case, you have to tell me what you want to talk about, and I don't mind doing the work and the research and looking things. I have multiple people that are right behind me that'll do it with me. One person in particular, as soon as you say something, she's already typing. Okay, she's already typing. We mention it.
Charlotte Gross wants to rewatch the Cowboys video in slow motion.
Oh, to see, listen. The Cowboy video, I looked at it and I watched it in slow motion. I'll show it to you, okay? But I'll tell you what you're going to see. When they come walking out of the house, the thing that you see in his hand is his glove. He takes his glove off as if he's going to throw it away. And I think that he changes his mind and goes to the band first because the media was just insanely questioning them and approaching them. And I think he just said, piss on it, folded it up in his hand, and he's holding the glove. It's a black glove in his hand like this. You can see it right here under his fingers. And I think he gets in the van and either throws it away there or waits till he gets somewhere else for it. But that's what if that's what you're looking for, that's what it is. You can watch him take his glove off, and then you see him kind of turn his hand, and it rolls back into his hand, and there it is. But I can still show it to you if you'd like. It's up to you. Who asked that question? Miss Kells with the sexy cowboy stuff. Come on now. Rodeo marshals. There she is. There's our Mandy Joe. Michael said we can skip it. But that is what that is. Wholeheartedly, that's exactly what it is. It's his glove. Yeah, I just think the media was so far. They were told not to speak to anybody. Okay. And the media was like right in their faces as soon as they came out the door. And I think, like I said, he looked like he changed his way he was walking. Like he was going to go to a garbage can and just said piss on it, went straight for the van. And you could see it in his hand. You could see the black thing in his hand. It was his glove. I watched him pull it off, and then the glove disappeared. And that's where it was. So that's what I think it was, personally.
Oh, it was Charlotte Gross. Sorry.
Okay. But like I said, that's what that was. If that's what you're questioning, Charlotte, I can still show it to you. Or you can just go with what I said. It's up to whatever you want, dear. You guys are the bosses.
What was in his pocket? What was it?
I think it was his phone, the bulge that you're talking about. It was either his phone or something else, but a wallet maybe in his front pocket. It just, I don't think it was anything worth anything to talk about. That's my opinion, though. I can't tell you because I didn't see it, you know. Bombshell, I wonder what they were looking at the house, though. Well, I mean, they could have been in there doing sound tests. They could have been in there, anything. They could have been looking for something else, you know, something that may have been missed. It could have been a ball of other, I don't know. It didn't look kind of rounded. It didn't look soft. It was kind of square, but it could have been more gloves. I don't even know. You know, I don't want to lie. It could have been a testing kit. You know, they could have went in to test any stains or something that could have been fluids, and it could have been a testing kit that he had in his pocket. You know. Yeah, they were placing his sheath. Way far after. You're right, Tiki. Mrs. Lily, good to see you, dear. I don't know, though. It would be nice to know these things, you know? It was pretty good size, Michael. I will agree with that. Big square bulge that he had in his front pocket. So who knows? Like I said, it could be a testing kit. They could have been, it could be a Prince kit or something like that. But I would think that they would put it in a different pocket. I don't know. I don't quite know. Yes, Miss Lily, you sure can. Would you like to join the panel, my dear? There's a link for you. Come on down. It wasn't his pocket. Hardy. Oh, Mandy. I knew Mandy was going to go there. I knew she was. I knew. I was waiting. Took her longer than I thought. Adelex says none of them were sexy. Well, then. I heard they had a Wi-Fi router in the house. Yeah. Was it Lasso, Molly, or Mandy? Miley says they went to pick up their surveillance equipment. That's possible as well. I mean, we don't know, guys. Hey, NASDAQ. We just don't know what they were doing, and we're not supposed to know. That's the other thing. You know what I mean? We're not supposed to know. That's the big thing there. Yeah. Is that a CSI kid, or are you just happy to see us, Mandy? Good stuff today. I'm very pleased with the show today and everybody's interactions and all this, all of you guys in here. I love it. Absolutely love it. Hey, typically unique. Good to see you. It was his snuff. It was kind of square though, unless he was chewing plug. It could have been a big block of plug. He is a cowboy, and them cowboys like that plug shit. It's pretty nasty to me, but hey. Lily Cataquet. 1 second. Miss Lily, hello.
Hi.
How are you? You don't have to leave that up if you don't want to.
Okay, thank you. Even though it almost fell.
Be careful. Don't be hurting yourself on my screen.
You would have been investigating this. Yeah.
How are you today?
I'm good. I'm just gonna shut off my camera if I can figure it out. There you go.
Absolutely. All right.
Okay. So, hi everyone, especially my beautiful mods and the family, Meatball family. But Diego, I had to talk to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So yesterday I was listening to the live with Rory and all of you guys, and I must tell you, it was really nice seeing you guys all together.
I've had a lot of comments about that. Yes.
Yes, and I hope and pray that it's like a continuous thing, because you guys can really make a lot of breakthroughs. However,
I'm trying to make some changes around here with all of the crap that's gone on recently. I'm trying to level the playing field for everybody and keep all the bridges, from all the communities together. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to keep it real. And we're all here for the same thing. I'm trying to make that point, and I'm trying to make that proof positive. We're all here for the same goal, and it needs to be that way. So I have no qualms with anybody. I respect everyone as long as I'm respected, and I will continuously respect everyone. And that's the way I feel about it. So yes, hopefully you will see us. You'll see more of that. Hopefully.
yes, and I do have to touch on one thing, and it's not to be disrespectful or rude, or discredit or credit or however we want to call it in the chats or on panel.
No worries. No worries.
But I feel that you guys have a responsibility to your channel, to everyone that's in the chat, right?
Yes.
And the mods do an awesome job in taking care and catching those trolls and the people that want to be rude. But I must tell you that this Kim girl, I'm sorry, I can't. I cannot. She gives me anxiety to the 5th degree. I mean, I was like, Rory, I will cash app you $50 if you just disconnect her, because I feel that she is, for one truth that she tells 5 lies.
I understand.
Because if you're so concerned about one set of kids, you got to be concerned about all of them. I'm a mother, and let me tell you something. If I thought in any way that one of my children were in danger, I would just not open my mouth to begin with.
Good point. Very good point.
That's it. But if I really wanted to make a change, then instead of hopping from panel to panel, I would go to the direct sources. And if they're not listening, and if there's something wrong there, then I would go to the news people. I would go and bring this out to public. I mean, there's power in people. There's power in audiences and media.
Numbers,
And
yes.
yes, absolutely. And if you use that to your advantage, you can make a lot of changes. And I don't know what's going on over there, and some people may say, yeah, well, she's scared and whatnot. Well, if you're scared, then just shut up. Just shut up, because I kid you not, Diego, I have heard her. I've heard her in like 3 or 4 different channels, and as I say, you guys are the hosts, so I know you don't want to be rude. I know you guys are gonna try to be respectful, but if you're listening to her from the way we're listening to her, at least I speak for myself, I hope I'm speaking for some others, she is just so full of it. She cannot complete a sentence. She goes from A to Z in 0 seconds, and you can't bring her back. And I'm so happy and I'm so proud of Jules for speaking up and saying it point blank the way it is, because that's how I feel, Diego. And you know what? If you're gonna bring
I respect that 1,000,000%. I understand. I absolutely do. And I've had other people approach me the same way. So don't feel bad. You're not being disrespectful. And I'll be honest with you, I've had conversations with her and she understands. Okay. And sadly, it it is what it is, how it happens, but it is understood and it has been taken to heart. That's
I mean, what I'm trying to say is, like, I mean, like, seriously, when I'm offering to pay you to shut someone up, I mean, I couldn't even write the right way and voice text the right way, because my anxiety went from 0 to like 100. It's like so fast.
Believe it or not, a lot of people have said the exact same words. I've had people approach me saying that it caused an anxiety attack or a panic attack, that they end up being angry after that. I mean, I've had believe me, I understand. I really understand. And I've taken it. It's here and it's here. I promise you that. Okay. I just have to show you yourself in the future. So,
no doubt. I mean, I will never stop watching you guys. Mama Bear, I love you too. I would never stop watching or listening, and like I say, I welcome any far-fetched idea, because at the end of the day, we honestly don't know what happened. So people just coming up with different, avenues. I know some of them sound like, wow, really? Like we came up with that one. But this lady, I don't know. And I will be the first one to ask for forgiveness if anything she says in all her jibber jabber is some word of a truth in there. But I just don't think so. I just don't think so.
I will say this much, okay? Even Jules has said there have been some truths that have come out of this, some things that have ended up becoming what she says. All of those things, but it's the other stuff that everybody else is questioning that has not yet at this point. And I understand why everybody feels the way they do, but some of the things have become true, and have come out to be what she said. So everybody takes it in a different way, and everybody feels a different way about it. Okay, so like I said, it has been locked down. I hear it from just not you, hon. I promise. And other people, and I take it to heart, and I keep it in my head. It's something I promise that I will heed to. I listen to what all you guys say, and you don't have to worry about paying me to do things like that.
No. I mean, I was just like, you don't understand. That's how bad
No, I do. I've had more than just you tell me that.
made me feel.
Yes,
And
I
then I
know.
gave it to him. I sent it to him too, because I was like, boom, she's off. Because everything was wonderful. Everybody was having a good discourse. Everybody was just giving in their inputs, and I don't know who the Willie guy is. I honestly don't know, but I was
He's been around for a while.
Rolo. Sometimes he comes up with some things that I don't like. I said, they sound like, wow, that's a little far-fetched, but like I said, I have to respect it, because I would like for people to respect what I say, and even if they don't agree with it, at
Yes.
least be respectful. And it was great, and then she got on there, and it just boom, it's like something bad happened. It's like it really went crazy.
No, I understand. Like I said, there's a lot of people that have came to me with the same exact conversation, that it makes them feel a certain type of way. But like I said, by the time it's over, they're angry, they're upset, they don't know why, so on and so. I hear it, believe me, I do, and I take heed to it. I promise, and you'll see, it's okay. Don't feel bad about stating it. Nobody. You have that right, and those are your feelings. I understand, and I do understand, like, how strong it is. I get it. I didn't set that up yesterday. I had no idea that.
I know.
No idea that was going to happen. I was just as shocked as everybody else. So, and I've tried to keep that quiet over here. If you haven't noticed, I haven't done that in a long time, and I don't plan on it. Okay, so
I've been enjoying the dancing on Fridays, and I've been cleaning my house while dancing like a nutbag in the background with all the music.
That's what it's all about. You got to have some time to release and relax a little bit away from this stuff. That's all. Everybody deserves it.
And just real quick, I just wanted to touch base on just on the Idaho thing. As I told you before, with speaking with the group, and I love when Eddie comes on, because like he breaks it down and makes so much sense. Like we need him to be broadcasting more often. But like hubby said, you got to bring it back to the beginning, and there were so many things that were already wrong in that PCA. And it's a piece of paper, and a lot of people say, yeah, whatever mistakes could be done, this and that, but he's like he stated, it's a document, it's a legal document that holds a lot of weight, and we might perceive it to be one thing, but it holds a lot of weight in the court systems. So if it's not in there, for example, the car thing, if and he put it in as an example for me, if my car would have been involved in any kind of crime or accident, hit and run, whatever, and they saw it and caught it on camera, they would never ever in a million years broadcast it as, we're looking for a car that looks like this. No, they would broadcast, we're looking for this car. This is the car that we're looking for.
Right.
And they just didn't do that. And he said that body cams are like the lifesaver. It's one of those things that are mandatory, actually. And you can get a CDs, and you can get into trouble if you work for law enforcement if you don't have your body cam, because those things protect you and also tell the story of what's going on. Because sometimes, in the news, we'll catch like the real bad thing that either law enforcement did or the suspect did, but then you don't see the whole story. They just do the little clip that will get everybody going. And he said for that not to be there, that is the weirdest thing that he's ever seen, because that would have been the first thing that was going on. But we'll never know until we know. And I just wanted to say, I love you guys. I love you, Diego. I'm so happy that you got your computer, your new get up there. And Mama Bear, you know I love you too. And
Aw, love
my
you too.
mods and everything. And I'm sorry, I'm doing a little jitter, but I just had to get that off my chest. And I'm so glad
No,
that you had an
thank you
open
for
panel.
your input is so very much important to all of us. And of course, we all love you just as much. You've always been a breath of fresh air, very polite, very respectful, just a very important part of this community. And that's the way I like to have that with all of you. So thank you just for being you. Okay.
Thank you. And I'll be in the chat room. And if anybody else wants to talk, I'll let them talk now. But I just wanted to say that because yesterday I just, usually I don't want to be one of those that have to be told, please be respectful. But I went in, I was just like cursing in the chat room, and it was just all over the place. I'm telling you. And I was like, oh my God, I hope Rory is looking at this because it's like, it's hurting his family, his chat room family. And like, we want to be there for him, but we can't be heard when we're yelling. I mean, I was yelling up a storm, like, shut up, get her off.
I get it. A lot of people do, and they were. I understand completely. I don't have control over somebody else's panel, obviously, but I get it. I get it 100%. And I take it to heart, guys. I'll just tell you that much. Okay.
All right, then. So I'm gonna go down into the chat room, and I'll be listening to you and Mama Bear and everyone else there. But I just wanted to say those words, and once again, I love you guys, and I look forward to my Fridays. And yeah, please don't go away, Diego. That's all I'm asking. Don't go nowhere. You need to stay where you at. Mama Bear, if you need some recruitment, to just make sure he don't go nowhere.
All right, I'll let you know.
We're a hop, skip, and airplane away.
We're not going anywhere. No worries.
All right, then. I'm going to let you guys go.
All right, John. Thank you. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. All right. Well, that was nice. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate you very much. Was there any?
Don, you don't have to like everyone, but you need to be respectful to everyone.
That's a fact. You don't have to. There's a lot of people that come through here that I may not like so very much, but I respect them the same way because that's what I would expect to be done to me. If people don't talk, if we don't like what people say, that's okay. We don't have to. There's people that don't like what we say, obviously. And that's okay. That's okay. As long as we can be respectful, that's all it takes. Sometimes it's harder for other people to bite their tongue, I guess you could say. Molly, she's a mod, and Molly's nearly bit her tongue off multiple times. I'll tell you that much. So it's hard for some people it's not. I'm a very patient person. Okay. Obviously I have 7 children. It's a learned thing, folks. It's not something you're born with. But I'm a very patient person. And I respect everybody. I try to respect everybody. And it all goes together. So I get it. I do. And everything you guys say to me, I think about, I take it to heart. I keep it in my mind. And I try to use it the best way I can to do these things with you guys, to bring these things to you guys the way I do. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. Do we have anybody else that would like to join us today here?
CH asked, what's up with your mic? It says, sounds like the high end is overdriven. Not a big deal, just something to look into.
Is that changing anything? I've been messing with this thing for a while.
Sounds better.
I think it was turned up too loud. That's all. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Like I said, with these headphones, I can't tell if it's my headphones or if it's you. I hate these.
Yeah. And I don't have my headphones, so I'm not hearing the background like I normally would. Normally, if I have headphones on, I can hear like how I sound as well as how everything else sounds. So my apologies for that. Hopefully that helps. We can always do this. How does this sound?
Now, does that work? Are we good now? Is that
Sure.
high end, low end, sideways? How we doing? What you think, everybody?
Just saying. But anyway, yeah, today has been a good show, and I just kind of I'm almost grateful that I didn't really get the time to plan something other than this because of the stuff that I was dealing with. Because I enjoy shows like this where we kind of interact a little bit more. Now, Kello says it sounds horrible. How does it sound now, Mama Bear?
You sound much better.
Do I sound normal?
Yes.
Okay, good stuff. So I enjoy these interactions and hearing your guys' thoughts and theories and feelings and being able to have you guys express yourselves and how you feel about things. That's important to me. It really is. It always is, always has been. So it's just important to me how everybody here feels about things and how you guys see everything as we talk about it, or things that we don't talk about. You know, just your input is number one to me, folks. It really, every bit of it is. So I please understand that. And like I said, if I could do shows like this every single day, that would be great. But we have to center in on certain things at times, and we have to make specific details brought out for certain cases. So, you know, but I do these as often as I can because your guys' voices deserve to be heard. Typing is typing. And I've said this forever and ever. And Mama Bear could probably finish this for me without even me saying it, but there is no
emotion.
See, there's no emotion in texting or typing. Okay, you can text or type whatever you want in this chat, and I can read it. And if you put an emoji by it, it'll tell me something. But if you don't, I don't know if you're in a good mood or a bad mood. Sometimes you can read things the way people type it, and you could think they're in a bad mood, and vice versa. Okay, but see, here's the thing. 9 out of 10 times when we're reading something, we're wrong. We're on the opposite end of the way it's supposed to be. That's why I like to hear your voices. And I like to know how you guys are feeling and know that you're mad, sad, angry, happy, irritated, upset, whatever it is. I want to know that. It's very important to me. So that's why I do these shows. And there's none of a lot of other creators that they just don't choose to bring people on their panels to talk on a regular basis and express their feelings. I've noticed that. So that's why I offer that. Because I know at one point in time before I was a creator, I used to go on other people's channels and I always wanted to go up and be able to express something, and I would type it and it was taken wrong all the time. So it's like, you know, I decided that if I do this, one, I'm going to be fully interactive with the chat always. That's one thing I highly believe in, and I will not do a channel unless I can do that. And two, I want to be able to hear your guys' voices and what you think about things, because you're people too. Just as much as the creators are and the moderators are and everything else, you guys have the same rights as far as I'm concerned. And I've always said the only difference with us, with you guys and me, is that I'm the one that sets everything up and I run it. That's it. We're all equal, folks. We all have those same rights, the same feelings, the same opinions to be able to express. The right to express all that is my opinion, is what I'm saying. So that's going to continue. Like I said, if I could do it more, I would. But there are days that I have to do just, you know, centered in on what the show is and what we're talking about. So,
oh, bravo.
Let me see here. So Brian couldn't do it, huh?
Nope. His mic was somewhere and something was somewhere else, and so.
Oh, poor Brian and his computer. I wish he would just keep it all hooked up one spot and leave it there. I wish that way he could just go to it, turn it on, and go to town. Because I love hearing from Brian always. Always. Like I said, I'm glad that he was in here today because I was really freaked out about not knowing where he was, not hearing from him. Because I care about you, brother. I really do. A lot of us do. And a lot of us were worried about you. So I'm glad to know you're okay. All right. So it doesn't seem like anybody else is interested in jumping up here tonight. So I think, and I'm sorry the show was so late, very late, but I wasn't not going to go live. Okay. And that's what, I'm sorry, what's going on over here now?
What?
Somebody said something about something. I didn't see it, but hey, Salty, what's going on, hon? Well, I can agree. And I've said that, Sherry. I've said the same thing. That's why I haven't done it. I didn't expect that last night at all. I really didn't. I was kind of shocked, actually. But again, what was I going to say now? Yeah, my apologies, guys. It's been a really busy week for me. Really, really, really busy. With all the drama crap, and then my roof thing, and then I had another appointment yesterday, 2 appointments yesterday, and a doctor, and I have a doctor appointment tomorrow. It's just been every day, ongoing. So my apologies, but I was not going to go without seeing you guys sometime today because of yesterday. And hopefully, knock on wood, do it now before. See, I liked being able to have my timeline the way I did and preset shows and everything, but every time I would do something like that, something would happen. So I just stopped doing it. It's constant chaos. So today was good. I'm very grateful for today. I'm very grateful I had the perspectives, the input. I wish, again, I feel bad Eddie couldn't get up here and speak his thoughts because he's got more to talk about. Very, very, very much more to talk about, and I want to hear it. So hopefully we can get him fixed up. I got to get a hold of Twizzle, like I said, and see if he's still got that offer up for that, because Eddie needs his phone. He does. I wish to God I could get you. I wish I could get you an Android, Eddie. We'd never have this problem again, but to each their own. iPhone users.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be perfect and be an Android user,
Yeah.
So,
my phone interrupts my mic all the time.
Nobody was asking you about that. Smart ass. Nobody. It doesn't happen all the time. Look. It's not happening now, is it? No, it's not. No, it's not.
Because it rang 50 times today.
Oh, whatever. That's true too. Oh, Lord. That's a fact. That's a fact. Who just said that? Willow. Our creators take. That's a good point, and thank you, Willow. Our creators take a huge risk covering our opinions. Thank you. Yes, and thank you, Willow, for all you do. All of you, for every bit of what you guys do. Thank you for being just you, just being yourselves, just asking the questions. It's good to see you, Echo, by the way. Just asking the questions that you ask and having the thoughts that you do, and having enough courage to speak on how you feel about certain things. That's important, folks. We are all equal and all exist in the same way and have the rights to say what we got to say when we want to say it. So, that's what I'm saying. It should not ever be anything less than that. So I think that is going to do it for today. Let's see. We've been on here for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Is that right?
Yeah, 3.5. Wow,
and I'm trying to keep it right in that realm. The 5-hour live streams, the 6 and the 8-hour live streams, like that's too much, guys. Even 3.5 hours, I think, is a bit much. I was trying to keep it right around 3 hours, and again, I'm trying to bring back our regularly scheduled programming so that we can do the night shows too.
I was gonna say you're more likely to get your night shows if he stays at 3 hours.
I need to go. What I'm working towards. Thank you, Echo, so very much for the super sticker. I appreciate you so very much, more than you know. And I did notice something else I was going to talk about today too. Did the music play for that?
Yeah.
Great, it's working. Okay, so we are going to have a show. We're going to cover the frats and the sororities and talk about whatever we can with them. So we're going to gather as much information as we can, and we're going to do it, folks. It should be a great show. It's a great idea. Very good idea. Thank you, Tamara. I appreciate that as well. I try to, Miss Bonnie. I do try to. I give you guys the very best I possibly can. And there's people that don't want me to do that, okay? As we all know and have learned, there's quite a few people that don't want me to do that. They're typically all in one community.
ET.
So
You
be it.
doing Paranormal Friday?
Supernatural Friday, yeah. Yeah, we are covering Friday the way we do because everybody seems to like that, and it brings us away from some of this stuff too. And I'm going to be trying to do Friday night as well. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to do it, and we'll see what comes from it. When you talk about the ET stuff. Whatever it is, guys. Actually, I would love to do a show. And this is where I want to know where my Ireland people are, or people that are over in that realm of things. I want to do a show because I've been asked about it, about the Loch Ness scenario. Okay, it's definitely supernatural stuff. So, and I'm glad we can talk like this at the end of these shows.
I will be right back.
Great, Mr. Anthony's. Mr. Anthony's isn't even open anymore, is it, Walt? Is it still open? That's crazy. I thought they shut that down a while ago. Oh, thank you, SRB. I appreciate that very much. Again, folks, this channel is 100% crowdfunded, regardless of the things everybody's heard. It goes directly to my bills, to pay my internet, to pay my StreamYard, to pay the YouTube Premium, to keep me live when I want to be live with you guys. Because if not, it just doesn't happen. I'm not a rich man. I don't make tons of money. And I got to keep this stuff paid so I can continue to do that. So that's where all that stuff goes. So anybody that has donated to PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, thank you so very much for that. Rainey, you did earlier. Thank you so much for that, my dear. I appreciate you. And anybody else that has with any of that, anybody that's ever bought anything from the wish list, you guys are so very much appreciated for all of it, guys. Beyond a level of appreciation that I can even imagine expressing. I thank you. So I know that's so weird. I was wondering about that. These ads do what they want when they want. They're set the same way. It's set the same way. So who knows? YouTube does what it does when it wants to do it. So yeah. So anybody that has any info about the Loch Ness scenario, I'd like to cover that. Definitely on one of our supernatural days. Trying to think. I gotta get that guy to get me back to being me, and it's been a mess. Yes, we got to get you back, Brian. We got to get you back. Excuse me. That's what matters, Batsheet. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to hear, and that's what it's all about. I do the best I can do, guys. Like I said, to bring you the very best because that's what you deserve. That's right, SRB. It does not pay. It does not go to pay for a house in Hawaii. I do not own property in Hawaii, folks. I promise you, if I did, you'd be seeing the ocean and the beach behind me rather than what you're seeing. I wouldn't live in a janky-ass farmhouse in Ohio. I'd be living in Hawaii, I promise you. So some of these things, some of these people are just so sad. But anyway.
What'd you say about me?
Huh?
What'd you say about me?
Oh, I just said you're a butthead.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah,
I know, J-Lit. I know. I'm just telling fibs all over the place. I said, or SRD said, it doesn't pay. It doesn't go to pay for a house in Hawaii. The money that is donated to me.
Yeah.
It's just so ridiculous. I still can't get that. It was funny. I shouldn't really laugh. It was funny. I have some info about inmates serving life without being secretly taken to the secret space. What? Without being secretly taken to the secret space program as slaves to extract off planet mineral that. What the hell? Where did that even come from? I've never heard that before. I'll read it. I will read it. No worries, bro. I read it all best I can. That's interesting. Very interesting. I'd definitely check that out. It is very hot with the fireplace in Hawaii. Crime solver. Yes, I am, Chief. Thank you for the Rolls Royce. I appreciate that as well.
You guys.
You guys are awesome. I love it. I love the sense of humor and the support, and the fact that you guys realize fact from fiction and truth from dishonesty. But again, I want everybody to please abide by what I stated earlier on. If you have a feeling that you know who these people are that have caused some of this, just leave it be. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I don't want anybody being harassed. I think that the message has been gotten across well enough, and yes, the $500 sweater as well, Virginia. So just I appreciate and respect, and I really do everybody what you guys say and do. But for me, if you will, just let it be what it is, and that way I can just move forward. That's all I want to do is just move on with what I'm doing and make us just keep doing what we're doing and get better and better as we go. I'm sure that there's another show coming out from a specific person that most everybody doesn't care for. That's gonna, no neck dago. Here I am, and my teeth, and all the things that they like to say about us creators that they don't like. And the only thing I can tell you folks to do is what YouTube told me. Not that it does anything, but at some point it will. I was told when I contacted YouTube that it has to be flagged so many times, and it has to be just the right thing. So all they told us we can do if we're unhappy with that is to flag it again and again and again and again and ignore it, is what they told me to do the best that I can. And that's what I do. So that's what we can all do. So, I'm sure there'll be a new show coming soon. I'm sure it's going to be all about all of us that aren't liked. So, it is what it is. Just ignore. I don't even watch it, guys. I don't. It's not worth my time. I'm not going to drop to that level. That's the thing. So thank you, Batchy, so very much. I appreciate you and that so very much. So, like I said, that's the best thing to do, folks, with that scenario. I think we're getting the Discord worked out quite well. It's taken a lot of work, but we're getting that worked back out. And there's going to be some new rules for that. I'm going to tell you about it now. I don't want anybody to get upset about this, but we have to do these things now just to be cautious. Okay. Anybody that has, right, Brandy, anybody that has become a member or does become a member recently or will, that wants to get into Discord, we're going to have a probationary waiting period for that. Okay. And it's only to be safe. And that's for anybody. Doesn't matter who it is. We came up with together, actually it was Mama Bears, actually, that was the final on the number of days, but we're going to have a 45-day waiting period. If you're a member for 45 days and you still want to join Discord, then that's when we'll bring you in. Okay. And we're going to make sure that we're checking who you are, of course, like we would do anyway, just to make sure it's not a false account or something like that. And then once you're in, you're in. Okay. And then we'll go from there. Anybody that leaves Discord and wants to come back, you got to wait to 45 days just because we're trying to be fair and make it right for everyone. And if that makes you not want to join the Discord, I understand completely. I'm not upset. It is a lot of fun, and we're going to be using it for a lot of fun things, especially throughout October, the movie night things, the game things we're going to be doing, everything. A paid member. Yes, Sherry. Yes, that's the only people that can get into the Discord are members. It's a members only perk that we have, and that's what it's for. So, now if you're already in there, we give everybody, how did we work that out, Mama Bear, again, so that everybody has a 2-week period of time if they want to renew or not. And if basically because of pay periods and stuff like that, if you do, then we will wait, okay? But if it's inactive for after that for a certain period of time, then it will be shut down or just taken out, only because that has what has caused some of the problems in the past. And again, we're just being cautious because that's where a lot of these problems came from. So here, okay, Miss Lily. As soon as I make shirts, yes, Miss Lily, absolutely. It's gonna be a shirt that has my big head on the front of it. If you want to wear that anywhere, then you can have it for free. I tell you that much because I don't see anybody want. I'm just kidding. We haven't even talked about that. I want to get everything squared around and straightened up and calm and staying that way for a while before I go into making any merchandise or anything. Okay. I was gonna do it before, and then everything else started happening, and other things were going on, so I just backed off. But we will be doing it eventually. Maybe if things stay calm through around Christmas time, then I'll start doing something there. So let me see here. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns, issues? You want to cuss me out real quick or yell, scream at me? Anything at all? You want to yell at Mama Bear? I wouldn't suggest it, but if you want to, you can try.
What did I do?
I don't know. Nothing that I know of.
Oh, Kathy said new Discord members should have their YouTube names next to their Discord name.
Yeah, they will be. If you do go into Discord, when you do, okay? And I need you all to check your memberships. So this starts from the time you started your membership, okay? There's people in here that could be popping up on it here anytime now. I'm just saying, when you do go in, you will have to have your name has to have whatever your Discord name is. It has to have your YouTube name on it too, so we can identify you as that same person. I hate to have all these rules and regulations, but it's just to be safe for your safety and ours, okay? And that's all, nothing more. To prevent some of the stuff that we've just dealt with, because it's not been fun. And again, Miss Heather has gone through hell and back over the past 2 weeks, and she's busted her ass to try to help figure this out at the same time. So we're just being smart and cautious. That's all it is. Once we get everything together and it starts rolling in a regular thing, and there's no issues, it won't be a big deal. Won't be a big deal.
No. We miss Heather too.
Yes, very much so. Heather needed a break, folks. She's been through hell and back, like I said. And I want anybody, if you see her anywhere, please, to show your support, to let her know that you care for her, because she needs to know that. She needs to hear that. She needs to know that everybody respects her and that we want her here, okay? At some point, she was having a little bit of guilt with this, and she didn't need to. And she felt that people may have blamed her for this. She doesn't need to. This would not have gotten to the point that it's at right now if it wasn't for her. So please remember that. Out of everybody in here, of course, Mama Bear is important. Molly, Mike, everybody else in here is important. But Brandy and Heather are still here, and if it wasn't for those two, I wouldn't be here. So we got to think about that too.
Yep.
So that's very important stuff, folks. Very important. So if you see her out and about, which you may not, I doubt it. She's a very busy lady. She's got 2 wonderful children that she's got to deal with. And she does with this too. And she's been dealing with the other craps. Hopefully that's going to stop. Just show her some love. So, her channel as well. Go check her channel out too. Show her the support and let her know we're here for her. That's all. That's all I'm asking. I think that's it though, guys. And I gotta say, I absolutely adore you all, every one of you, and I appreciate the support. Again, I can say it again and again and again, but I really do, and I always will. I always have. I appreciate all the support, the honesty, and the love that you guys show me. I really do, and that goes for all of us. And that you show my moderators the respect that they're shown. I hope that continues. You guys are just amazing people, guys. And as I always say, don't forget to love yourselves and love each other. And please don't change a thing about yourselves, because you guys are the beautiful people. Mama Bear, thank you so much for joining me up here today. I appreciate that.
Absolutely. You're welcome.
So very much. Mods, thank you for doing what you do and being who you are. You guys rock and roll. And all of you other beautiful people, thank you so much once again for being who you are. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you all so very soon. You all have a wonderful rest of your night. And be
Night,
real.
guys. I'll see you probably Friday.